Selena. It's a bad baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them heels on and rule.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You're gonna be my number one lover. With the night making love to each other. With the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
Hey y'all, this is Selena. I hope you guys are doing well today. I will be going over the situation that happened last week. It was a young couple that they were married, and there was the husband unalived himself, but before he unalived himself, he unalived his wife. She was 26, he was 36. They are from Twin Falls, Georgia, and I'm going to be doing like a little, I would say, a reaction and a discussion. It's an open panel. I'm going to put my link in the chat. I'll pin it. So if anybody would like to come up, you're more than welcome to come up. If I don't know who you are, I'm going to ask you to come up. And, but I definitely thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Rollo. Thank you, Chicky D. Chicky, we already talked earlier, so just keep an eye on the chat as much as you can. And if another mod comes in, they'll be able to also keep an eye on the chat as well. So I'm going to pin this link, but I'm going to start with this video because, again, like I said, this is something that a lot of people have been talking about. And it's like, why do people bring their personal relationships? Why do they bring that to YouTube or any social media platform? What goes on in your house, what goes on behind the scenes, to me, it should stay behind the scenes. But because people have no common sense, no common decency, they don't know how to communicate, they don't value privacy, they do a lot of foolish things online. They put all their business out where everybody knows what's going on in their household. And I really think that is the most craziest thing that anybody could ever do. It's a disservice to your relationship. And it's just really, to me, it's just really foolish. People don't need to know what's going on in your life. People don't need to know what's going on in your relationship with your significant other. People don't need to know everything about you, what you're dealing with, and all that kind of stuff. A lot of things you need to learn to just be quiet. And if more people would do that, the less drama would be on social media. But because people are so, they're erratic, they're heartless, they don't have any emotional intelligence, they have no self-control, they do anything, and they don't care who it exposes, they don't care who it hurts, they don't care if it hurts them or if it hurts the other person. They just want it to be exposed. They want it to be out there. So hey, I got Rollo, I got Brainwaves. I did put the link in the chat. Anybody else is welcome to come up. I think I can have up to 6. I'm not for sure, but you guys are more than welcome. So I'm going to I pinned the link. I'm going to go to the ladies' room. Rollo and Brainwaves, thank you so much, guys, for coming through. I really appreciate you guys for showing up.
No problem.
Hey, Corey.
What's going on, Brainwaves?
What's up, Rollo?
What's going on, man? Chilling. Had to step out from the party going on over here so I can jump up on this live. You know how we
Mhm.
I
do.
know that's right. I know that's right.
Hey, yeah, thank you so much. I know Brainwaves is always busy. Rollo's always busy. So I appreciate you guys for spending some time on here. I wanted to ask you briefly before we start, what do y'all really think about the situation? Why is it that some people, go on social media to expose other people or go on social media to expose their relationships and what's going on in their private lives? Like what's that about?
Well, first and foremost, I explained it last year that the shift has to be changed and that the entities have to tell you who they are so that we don't do what they do. That's what's
Right.
really going on. It's a fortunate situation. At the same time, a lot of people are together for various reasons. And when you look at the whole situation, they both was into they was doing spells on each other.
Yeah.
And when I first saw it by Ringo, I was like, whoa. I just looked and I said, yeah, they both possess, both of them. And when I talked about it a little bit of the stuff that they was putting on, wearing, nails, there's a lot of deep, dark crafts with just based on how you look, what you put on, what you wear, and it's a face and a face, and you just could see it by just looking at them. And there's
Mm-hmm.
photos flowing out there of them when they met a long time ago. It doesn't, even though it was back then, you just could look. It doesn't take that much. In 2025, it shouldn't take people that long to figure out you talking to a demon, not the person.
Yeah. Also, too, brain. And you brought something really interesting. You kind of brought up the fact that um, why? What kind of spells were they doing?
Well, we know that in order for a witch to get, because I dealt with one, last year, so I could explain it. What they do is they do seductive pantry. They are a little bit more loving, a little bit more caring. If they could
Uh-huh.
get a photo of you and they could put it candle bed and they have your photo lying on the bed by itself, they praying to whoever they praying to.
Uh-huh.
And if your eyes peel on a picture or peel on their video past a certain time, if you're not careful, they could get you.
Mm.
It's all in the eyes is the soul. The eyes is the currency. And
Okay.
they live. It's like when the movie They Live, they
Right.
show you that thing with the star and everything. It's just something about the photo. You just can't let go of that photo. You thinking about that person more than you supposed to. Yeah,
Right.
that's when they did something. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So both of these people, I know he said the man, the husband was saying that she was putting spells on him because he was saying that the family was practicing spells. He didn't even know how to do a spell. She was introducing that to him. Because before he didn't know, hey Susanna, he didn't know anything about, how, spell work and I was wondering, did they use it on each other, or did the woman use it for him to fall in love and to be, kind of attached to him? Because some people just want to be attached to you, whether even if they hate you or they love you, they want to be attached to you. Like you have weird people on social media. They may hate you, they may dislike you, but they like to stay attached to you with drama, with anything that keeps you guys having a back and forth. And so I think that's maybe what was going on in their relationship. They seem to have a very kind of cantankerous kind of relationship. They, to me, the way they was going back and forth, I said they probably do this every day, if not every other day. There's also been reports of he had DV charges. It was said that one of the reasons why he did physically abuse her because he caught her in the bed. Her name is Zaria. Hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. He found her when he went off to work, and he was saying it was something going on with the camera. So he was thinking that someone broke into the house. So as he thought somebody was broke into the house, he rushed home. And when he got home, he found her butt naked in the bed with another man. So hey Naomi, so he attacked the man and her. And she jumped in the car, and she butt naked, she jumped in the car, she drove to the police station. And then, of course, he was driving behind her, and the police, went ahead and took him to jail. But somehow those charges were dropped. I think maybe she didn't want to go into the proceedings of, because he was already on probation for something else. So, and I think it was either DV or something else, because he was in prison before. So they had a very toxic relationship, and it seemed like their I can't pronounce it. Can you help me out?
Toxicity.
Toxicity, yeah. Toxicity kept them attracted to each other. It's like they enjoyed the toxicity, and it did something for them. And it's really weird how people are bonded in relationships. Like they enjoy the going back and forth, the cheating, the abuse, physical, emotional abuse. And I don't know what that is that keeps them attached to that kind of thing. What do you think, Brainwaves?
Well, I'm gonna actually say something from the outside in. Rollo touched on it from the inside out. I want to touch on it from the outside in. See,
Mm,
society has conditioned us to prefer toxicity, to
mhm.
prefer drama. When
Right.
like if you ask a woman's so-called checklist, she'll say she wants a guy that's like this and da 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 da. But the guy she really wants is the bad boy. The guy that's the
Mhm.
the one that's knuckleheaded, or the one that's not right. This or that. Same thing when it comes to guys. Guys say, "Hey, I want a
Right.
woman that's like this," but then at the end of the day, they checking. They low key getting with the 304s, or they getting with ones that are not fitting the characteristics of their so-called lists. And then on
Mhm.
top of it, you have the community that supports that. It's like
Right.
people prefer that. And so what ends up happening is it sets up a big playing ground for all of these things to be okay, and for all of these things to take place, and for people to turn a blind eye to it. And when normally we would have all types of people say, like, "Hey girl, what are you doing?" Or, hey man, what's up with this? There would be a lot of intercession going on. None of that goes on. So
Mhm.
what it does is that it allows them to just run wild and run amok. And like what Rollo said, this is very common. When I used to be deep into like new age community and all of that, I saw
Mhm.
these soul ties and people just wanting to put spells on, like somebody that they love spells. They want to
Right.
attach they just want to feed off of their energy. Kind of like what you touched on. You touched on something like people they watch people or what have you, but they don't like the person they're watching, but yet they're still watching them. And so it's like we as a people, and I'm not saying you, Rollo, myself, or anyone necessarily here watching this live stream or even on a replay are doing
Mhm.
this, but we as a whole, as people in society, we encourage this behavior. We like
Right.
this behavior, despite what we say. Like, if someone be like, "Hey, you like that behavior?" You be like, "No, no, no," because you're just trying to save face. But
Right.
we like it, we watch it, we support it, we want to see what happens. And then when it goes left, like it did in this situation, then we want to say, "Oh man, they shouldn't have did this and shouldn't have done that." But you, meaning the general public, didn't try to intercede as a whole. They didn't
Right.
speak out and said it was wrong, because if a lot of that was done, a lot of this could have potentially been prevented, because number one, it's not even supposed to be on social media anyway. Like,
Mhm.
Aaron, any you look at reality, look at celebrities and people that are known. Celebrities that do have relationships and marriages that they don't want to trash, a lot of times they'll avoid getting on social media, regardless of the amount of money, especially when it comes to these reality shows, because they'll set it up to where your relationship's going to take a hit. And if it's not
Mm-hmm.
strong, you're going to be done. And then, of course, everybody's going to be like, well, girl, he's like this. Hey, man, I told you, da, 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 da. And then they're going to move on and they're not going to really care. So,
Right,
it's
right.
it's just it's a breeding ground for a lot of stuff. And like with her, she should like Zaria, she shouldn't even, I mean, really both of them, Frenchman, Zaria, they shouldn't even been live with a lot of this stuff. Because when you go
Mm-hmm.
live with that, it makes it, it's like, okay, like if the, let's say like if the guy is live about stuff, then that puts the girl in a position to where she gonna have to go live or make a response. Same thing, vice versa.
Right.
If she's live about something, then he gonna have to do a response to save face, because now instead of it being a private matter between them where you might not crash out or you might not respond this way, now you putting this in front of everybody. So now you looking like Boo Boo the fool, you looking stupid. Everybody gonna be like, well, what you gonna say? What you gonna do? If I was you, then they're gonna instigate. It's like, if I was you, I would roll up, I would do this, I would do that. But they
Mm-hmm.
don't really care about the actual relationship. They just want to see entertainment. And this is the scary thing about, what's funny about this, Selena? And
Right.
Rollo, and I know Rollo understands this as well. This even goes beyond actual romantic relationships. Like, you have a relationship with somebody as a friend or associate, I don't care what the title is. It's like, depending on how you move and what people see, they're going to instigate certain things.
Right.
They're going to try to encourage certain things to take place, not take place. Hey, you should go this way. You should go that way. You should say this. You should say that. And I
Right.
really think a lot of that put pressure. It's like this, as a content creator, it's this untalked, undisclosed, underlying, not really discussed about enough pressure. People talk about mental health, mental health, mental health. Like, I seen a lot of comments where it was like, "Oh, well, she's a mom, Zaria's a mom, and
Mm-hmm.
people shouldn't do this and do that, and mental health this and mental health that." When you on social media as a content creator, people don't
Mm-hmm.
understand it, and it's a whole level of pressure. So
Yeah.
it can potentially make you do things that you normally wouldn't do, and
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that
Got you.
contributed to why, like, besides the spells, besides any toxicity, I think this is why it went so far left, because those people be sitting around instigating.
Yeah,
And
so you're saying the audience and the chats, they instigate a lot of the beef, and especially when the people are already trying to not only put on a show, but it's kind of like they get a high from doing things like that on social media. And then the audience also fuels it. So there you go, and it makes it bigger than what it needs to be. So that's pretty interesting. Is that kind of basically what you're saying?
exactly, that's
Okay.
exactly it.
Okay. Well, I would like to say thank you so much, Daryl. I hope that you stick around. I hope that you subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for my first super chat. I really appreciate you. Thank you, SBK, for coming through and showing some love. Thank you, Riders, Fatty, and Miss A Shu. Good to see you. Good to see you. A Shu had a question. She says, so do people really worship the Most High or not? Because that sounds more uh, like a do whatever you want mindset. I believe in those. I believe it's do whatever you. Hey Gary, how are you? I believe it is do whatever you want to, because again, like I said, they were doing love spells on each other. I know from he was saying that she was the one that introduced him to it. So he said her family dibbled and dabbled in that kind of thing, the love spells and stuff like that. It says it's just a lack of accountability. That's like putting your actions on someone else. Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that
Right.
that's big, Selena.
Mm-hmm.
Because what generally happens is when someone does a love spell on a person, they can potentially, so they'll get the person, meaning in her case, so like he'll be her boyfriend, husband, whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
She'll fit, like, in her case, she can physically get him to be there, but his
Mm.
spirit doesn't want to be there, but he's trapped or
Wow.
he feels obligated. And then what happens is you start adding in more obligations like finance. You add money in. So now we living together. Now we got stuff together. Now we got kids together. A lot of times that's why some women will be so quick to have a child with another man just to lock him down, trap him, get another soul tie. Because if you have kids with somebody, that's another
Mhm.
soul tie. So you
Right.
got the spell work, you got this, you got all these ties. And what happens is if a person doesn't really want to be there, it's going to come out. So that's like when Rollo was talking about with the spell work and that toxicity, that's why they kept clashing. Because it's like you'll be like, well, wait a minute, I'm with her, or this my girl, this my wife, this my baby mama. We living here, we on social media. Like your brain, it plays tricks on your mind because you'd be
Right.
like, okay, well, I'm supposed to be here, but then I don't. You're like, how did I get here? And so it's like when situations like that happen, like when she got caught cheating, that really it's like a domino effect. It just knocks all the dominoes down, and that's why he essentially crashed out at that time.
Mm.
And
And
especially if nobody's around to tell him otherwise.
right. And then he also explained, and I'm gonna play that where the two how they met, he was in prison and she was a correctional officer at the prison. And she, let him know that she was interested, and they got together. And then she said that, I want you to marry. We need to get married when you get out. So he said, okay, well, I'll go ahead and get married. It was kind of like he was, how can I say this? Mind controlled in some ways. So maybe
Yeah.
that's where the spells or whatever, it's supposed to mind control, where your affections may not all the way be there, but you're controlled by whatever, a spirit or something. And so you think, okay, well, this is the right thing to do, and she been there for me, so let me go ahead and marry her. And I think shortly after that she became pregnant. So he basically was, felt like, what the hell? Because he was married before. Actually, he was
Right.
married the first time that he was in prison. He was married to somebody else. And then when I guess that I think I'm assuming they had a divorce, and that's when he met Zaria. So it's a very strange kind of thing. He said, for example, during the COVID, a white girl was killed messing around with voodoo. It was a viral story. She awakened the wrong demon. Yeah, I think
Mm.
it was Papa Lego or something like that.
Yeah, Papa Allegra. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Legro. I've heard about that Louisiana folk tale or something like that, where they talked about some people trying to summon him, but she was Caucasian, so there's certain types of witchcraft that is different. Like, say for instance, Wicca is with I'm assuming with the air, the was it the wind, the air, earth,
Yeah,
fire,
fire.
water.
Yes,
And
the
so
elements. Yes.
that's more the natural, and so that's more of, I'm not going to say the Caucasian magic, but it is stemmed from, European descent. Am I right with that, or is that Native American? What is
No,
that?
you're right to without making, things too complicated. You're correct.
Okay, and so the Papa
Papa
Legro,
leg, bruh. Yeah.
Legra, Papa
Yeah.
Legra was African. It was an African deity, and so she tapped into the wrong witchcraft, and it ended up taking her life because she was trying to summon that particular African deity. And that's what happened. So that's why I said a lot of these love spells, it can backfire on people, and people thinking, oh, it's harmless. Hey, what's this, Dinah? Thank you for coming through. You said, hey, Selena. Okay, so yeah, and I should have got his video and went over his too. But yeah, he talked about it, and I want to touch on it too. But I really, like I said, I feel like a lot of this stuff is the witchcraft. It does messes up relationships. When you think these love spells are harmless, they're actually going to backfire on you. And that's why I seen once we played this, you'll see how the dynamic of the two, how they were just, it was just really a mess. I'm talking about a ghetto mess looking at this. And just think about all the different relationships that you be seeing online. Some of them are like this. Some of them are well-to-do people, and they put their stuff, they put their stuff online. And I'm like, why do you put your private business online? Why do people feel like the only way to get back at somebody or to get back or to make somebody, look just hard? Well, I guess that's the point, make them look horrible. But I just think that it's just so crazy. Hey, Martin, how are you? Perhaps the deity responded. You ain't lying. Because those deities, like I said, demons are cause chaos. They're not there to cause peace. They're there to cause chaos. And this is exactly what we're going to see. This is under fair use.
Before you continue, Selena, my point. What part of Georgia is that in? South Georgia brainwaves?
Yes, it's a little country town. Yeah, it's like it's a little country town, and I think I know what Rollo's about to say. It's a little small country town. It's not Metro Atlanta. It's not here in the city, because everybody, oh, it took place in Georgia. That was in Atlanta. I told you about Atlanta. No, it was far away from the city. They out in the
So
country.
southward towards whatchamacallit, near the Panhandle.
If I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere down there. I mean, you could say that, yeah, it's somewhere down there.
Yeah, because it's connected to the reason why I say that, Selena, is because I tell people all the time I don't claim Panhandle. A lot of Floridians don't claim Panhandle. That's really Louisiana based, Alabama, and parts of Georgia. So looking at this character, you just could see a skull of a demon on his face to begin with. And he looks like a man/woman, because the big spell she did on him is make him look like a woman. And they can make you look like a woman too, guys. These witches, when they get with a warlock or they make the man become a warlock, you look like a woman more than a man. That's a fact.
Facts.
Fatty says also it was a sad last year. A son reported his mother traveled to Haiti for some sort of voodoo ceremony. She never returned. Allegedly, she was sacrificed. Wow.
They can make you disappear in Haiti.
Yeah.
There's a lot of when you go. This is the thing. When you go over Florida, people don't realize this. I'm gonna say this. When you pass Georgia and you go to Florida, you're in another dimension. Now, when you go over Florida and you go into the islands, your energy shifts. If you don't have that strong aura, they could get you like this quickly than anybody can in America. It's just as ruthless. Because there was a part of Jamaica I went to, and my goodness, you would think you in heaven. No, that's hell. They could get you lined up quickly, and nobody even know you gone in these places. So you got to be careful who you deal with.
Right. You definitely have to be careful. And we're gonna see this hot, terrible mess. Look in the private chat, both of you guys, and let me know, because I see something. So I just wanted to make sure. Hey Ryan, how are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got your
shit. They ain't gonna goddamn get to her.
Okay, so now this is the two online. They're going back and forth. Just to give you a little brief history, if you guys do not know, he turned her phone off because he caught her. They got into an argument. She went into another room to sleep in another bedroom, and he went in there. He snatched the phone out of her hand and saw that she was texting another guy. She explained that it was just a friend. She's never been with him in a sexual way, and that they were just friends. So he decided to cut her phone off. So she's asking him, why can I have my phone back on? So I just want to kind of make that clear. Can you guys hear it, or am I having connection issues? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you guys hear me? Yes, no? Yes. Can you hear me?
Can you hear us? Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna play this, and this is under fair use.
Yeah, Brainless is in and out because he's in another state. So he'll be back.
Right. This is under fair use. Fair use. I'm going to be using, like I said, using this video. And I'm going to go to the ladies' room while this is playing.
I got to die. I tell you what happened. That's I didn't really. Y'all don't know that, right?
This man decided to put his wife on Facebook Live to embarrass her for infecting him with herpes, but putting their dirt out on social media for everybody to see. On 14th of June 2025, the boyfriend known as Frenchman went on Facebook Live to accuse his wife of infecting him with herpes.
The herpes is come at whatever contact or whatever the food. You the only horny ass dog want to fuck somebody in the ass. So make that shit make sense. I looked at her ass, look close and shit down the bar ass. That's lying, bitch. Shit, y'all see why she don't want me to get on the live. That's why she tried to get there over me. So it looked like shit looked like some bumps, but like an ant bite. How you bump? So here it is, boom.
They can be seen here online and going back and forth at each other. At a point, Frenchman told her that he was going to kill shortly. It exactly incident video and some
you said, can you hear it clearly? You said the audio is going in and out.
It's going in and out. Yeah, they say it's going in and out.
Okay, I'm gonna try to close some of these windows. Maybe that has something to do with it. Let me see. Okay, hold on just a second. Okay.
Frenchman. They were known.
Yeah, it's still bargain.
By friends and family as a loving but toxic couple. They have
Can you hear me, Selena? Or anybody in the chat can hear me?
Y'all see anything?
We can't. I can't hear anything.
Going in and out.
It's bargain on
I
my
can hear
end.
you. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to play it on my phone. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but
You want me to try it on my
try to
end?
play it on. Yeah, if you can do it on your end. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi, but it's kind of weird.
Okay.
So can you play it on
Okay,
your
so
end?
the channel is what it's called Twisted
It's
Twisted
called
Crimes.
Twisted Crimes. Uh-huh.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I don't know why this Wi-Fi acting up all of a sudden.
Okay, let me
Yeah,
get it
it's
set
going
up.
out. Okay. Yes, Twisted Crime. But trying to.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, yeah. If you could play it for me, I really appreciate it. Because
I'm trying to get it right now ready.
let me see if I can find. I can maybe play it when you're ready. Hey, Emmanuel. Let me see. Okay. While we're waiting on Rollo, I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Let me see.
I got it ready.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Just tell me when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
If I tell what happened, give my phone. That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really look down behind this all. Y'all won't know that T right now. Mark done got quiet. Where he at? He right here. He getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out.
This man decided to put his wife on Facebook Live to embarrass her for infecting him with herpes, but how the Facebook Live ended was what shocked everybody who was watching it. It seemed like they had a very lovely relationship on social media, but behind closed doors it was so toxic that they started putting their dirt out on social media for everybody to see. On 14th of June 2025, the boyfriend known as Frenchman went on Facebook Live to accuse his wife of infecting him with herpes.
The herpes, it come at whatever contact or whatever the food. And you the only horny ass okay. Gonna fuck somebody in the ass. So make that shit make sense. I looked down at her ass. This motherfucker got goddamn clusters and shit down there by her ass. Bumps and shit. Bitch. She got bumps and shit. Look like goddamn. Now y'all see why she don't want me to get on the live. That's why she trying to goddamn overtalk me. So it looked like the shit look like some bumps, but like an ant bite. Hey, how you bust a bump? Hey, what you did to it? I licked out on the bitch, so stop fucking capping, so here it is, boom.
They can be seen here online going back and forth at each other. At a point, Frenchman told her that he was going to kill her, and shortly after that he did exactly that. We shall be posting the full video of the incident later in this video and some other things to show how toxic the relationship was before this sad incident happened. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
Y'all check out Twisted Crimes. Can you fast forward it to when they start having the back and forth?
Yep, I got you.
And then
just let me know. Yeah.
Both of them ended up having herpes, and he was blaming it on her, but both of them were cheating. She cheated on him. Like I said, he found her in the bed with another man, and that's why she got in the car butt naked to go to the police department, because she was in fear of her life that he was gonna beat her. And he also from allegedly, from what she was saying, that he had cheated on her with other women. So either one of them could have gave each other herpes, so we don't know which is which at this point. Now go ahead and play it. You can start it, Rollo.
Okay.
Things ended really bad during the live. He promised to kill her in the video, and that was what he did. He killed her during the Facebook Live while they were arguing back and forth, and he also took the easy way out. Here is the whole video.
Nah. I ain't did none of that. Oh, they think you don't beat me up. Uh-huh. That boy ain't touched me. I ain't did none of that. Still capping for y'all. I just like you said, don't let it act like he done did something to me. So look, boom. So I catch a out there talking to him. So I immediately lost it. Beat her. She said I beat her for 3 hours straight. I can't recall. I can't. I had her enough about 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Because like, why is you playing with me? You know what I'm saying? So now here it is. She done called the police. No, she ran out the house. I really let her go. She ran out the house. Butt ass naked. Ran to the car. Jumped in the car. I fucked around, left the keys in the car. Went to the police station, butt ass naked. But booty ass naked. So boom. I get another car and go down that motherfucker with her. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I get down there. She sitting there goddamn at the red light. I had to stop. So when she was parked there, she seen me coming. So I seen the deputy, the sheriff, and shit, talking to her outside the police station. Talking to her, shit. So when I see their head turn, I know she had done told them, hey, there you go right there. So they went to looking crazy. I still pulls up. You know what I'm saying? I still pulls up. He asking me what the fuck going on, this, that, the third. I told him, like, shit. We had the altercation, the fight, whatever it may be, and she done ran to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So he telling
Okay,
me,
y'all can stop it. Do y'all have
can you
anything
pull
to
over
say?
there in the
What do y'all have anything to say about this? What
I
what's
mean,
going on?
he basically was premeditated from the get go. He met her. This been going on from the time that he met her. This ain't been going on recently. You just can tell that this been going on for a long time. And then the crazy part about the whole situation, kids involved. Oh my
Right.
goodness. I let Brainwaves talk. He is a big time demon. Go ahead, Brainwaves.
Yeah, I guess Brainwaves is doing something else. I'm not for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. My bad. My
Okay.
bad.
Go ahead.
I was on mute. I forgot. My bad. When the kids get involved, that's when your heart drops because it's already a crazy enough situation. But it's like what Rollo said. You can tell from the beginning of the video. Um, he always had that get back energy. Like I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna catch her slipping. You can see it in the content now. To the viewers, like it makes great content in terms of what people normally expect.
Right.
People expect this because they be like, oh, well, their relationship is peaceful and cool. That's boring. I don't want to see that. I want to see a bunch of back and forth. So if you want to see a bunch of back and forth, don't complain when it go left because that's what you
Right.
wanted to see. And that's also the energy. It's like is one big hype fest going on. This is just a matter of the right set of circumstances for it to play out. And when it comes to social media will accelerate a lot of things. And it'll cause things to happen that normally won't happen because you got a lot of people like when they do, like, for instance, like he's on the live right now. So, or it's a video of him rather on the live, but nonetheless, he was on the live when he was speaking. And it's just
Mhm.
like he's speaking to everybody else. So it's like he fronting, like everybody fronting for the gram, like they say, or fronting for YouTube. And it just creates this energy where you it's dangerous energy. So if somebody's already like, I'm on a get back. Yeah, this how I'm gonna run this what I'm about to do. I gotta work. Cause both of them, if you like look about a minute ago before we got to this part, maybe 2 minutes ago, you could hear in their voice, both of them, like every time they speak, the other one like trying to one up the other one in
Right.
some
So
form.
they were
Whether
like
he
in
walking
competition.
away, yeah, they in straight competition. So what happens
Okay.
is when you in a relationship to straight competition, your goal is to unalive the other person in some form or fashion. Unalive their money, unalive their status, unalive them literally in some form or fashion. When you in competition, you gotta take them out. You gotta take the competition out.
Mm-hmm.
That's where all these terms like competitive jealousy and all of these things come about because you're in competition. That's why, like, I don't be trying to compete with nobody. I stay in my lane and do what I do.
Right.
But it's easy to get caught up in that because you have gender wars. Like, it's so many things that are so many layers of things that are out there, and then you got like the people. if I were to go back and look at his lives, because I have not watched his lives, nor have I watched hers. I'm familiar with the situation. I'm familiar with the case and all of that, but I have not watched any of it. But I can
Right.
pretty much be guaranteed if I were to go back and watch it, we would see people in the comment section saying certain things. And that's what they be looking at to play off of. A lot of
Right.
times they give you the ideas on what to do. They probably was like, yeah, go jump in the whip, go after her, go do this. Who's to say he might not even been thinking about that, but because he see a comment like that, he like, yeah, man, I got to do that. I got to do that. I got to
Right.
keep my audience right. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not. There's no a source of grounding him that's going on because they both going off of each other, and then they audiences are going off of each other, and then it just this he was too turned up. Like you could see they too turned up. It's like it's
And
no chill.
he was drinking alcohol too.
Yep.
Not to mention that's like you drinking spirits basically. And if you
Yeah.
are already, feeling away like that's gonna hey forever, that's going to really add to the situation, I would say.
Facts, because look, he was drinking, then he got behind the wheel. Like it's so many things if you think about it that he was uh wrong in his approach to
Mm-hmm.
handling like this situation. I mean, it's one thing, okay, she cheating on him, da 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 da. I mean, I know they both was going back and forth, but just in the moment, it's a way to handle it. But the way like that going out, popping, trying to put your strong hand on like it's you see what I'm saying? It's set up for like abuse. It's set up for DV. It's set up for literally the whole unalive situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
tell you this, Selena.
Go ahead.
This I was looking at the situation. If we was to find a video 2 weeks ago, that's when the premeditated started to go to the 10th level. You could see it, ladies. This is the eyes when a man is ready to go. This photo right here, you take a clear shot. Look at this, ladies. That man was gone. You could see the in and out experience in his body right now. This demon. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big demon. And sometimes demons have a way of playing on people's emotions very well because they was taught by Satan how to play on people's emotions, men and women.
Right.
That guy was gone. And there's been times, if you're a content creator, I have heard stories of people can't even read the chat, they blank out. This is why, as a watcher, if you truly care about the person, which they probably didn't, he probably seen some blanked out words in the Facebook, chat, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he was paying attention to. Because demons don't pay attention to positivity.
Right.
They love negativity.
Yep.
So they invite these things in their life. And that's what happened with both of them. And here's the kicker. She introduced them to him. That was her downfall. She was involved with it since she was a girl. There's no lies. There's girls as young as 7, their parents teach them early to get the young 7, 8-year-olds to go crazy. Man, this stuff is wild, man.
So
Yeah.
let me ask, what do y'all think about the woman? I know y'all said the man was on demon time, but she, not to say she deserved what she got, but she was very aggravating. She's like instead of de-escalating the situation, she
wanted to be down with it. Most women like to test a man's peace.
Yeah.
This is where I tell ladies all the time, when the man's at peace, that's the best time to leave him alone. Don't mess with his peace because you don't know what he's been through, what he's dealing with. Don't go in there and bring your emotions and peace. It's a time ticking. Somebody's going to get unalive in this day of time, unfortunately. When he was kind of not saying he was at peace, but in a sense he were, and she was all in his face. She was egging him on. Yeah, you ain't If you stay who you are, then do it, do it, do it. She was egging it on. She challenged him. Don't ever challenge a man, whether he's on point or not.
That's true.
So would it be safe to say that she was on also on demon time as well?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
More so than him with his crazy
Yes.
self. Because he have low self-esteem. And that's another thing. I gotta ask the ladies in the chat, and Selena, respectfully, why is it that most women want their man to be at low self-esteem?
I don't. I mean, I don't. I want somebody to be confident in who they are, just like I want to be confident with who I am.
Exactly. Exactly.
A man, any man or woman that has low self-esteem, they're gonna drag you down. You have
It's
to
gonna bring you to
constantly,
hell.
yeah, you have to constantly prove to them that they're the one, that they're special, that nobody is above them. And to me, that kind of stuff is exhausting. And when you have to constantly prove yourself to somebody, and it's really bad when both people are like that. It's like it's already a disaster. Like you guys already failed. Like, so if you're going to be with somebody, make sure those people are confident with themselves. They know who they are. My thing, I've always said, I can't stop a man from cheating. So if you're gonna do what you're gonna do, the only thing I can do is to have a better response. What I mean, hey Bolo, what I mean by that, am I gonna deal with it? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna deal with it. But then at the same time, like I said, if I choose to deal with it, I'm gonna deal with it. But if I'm not, I'm not. But at the end of the day, you have to have someone, to me, that can be compatible with you, that can really, if hopefully you guys will be on the same path as far as y'all thought process on what y'all want y'all relationship to be like. But most of the time, I think people just messed up and they just get together and they just try to figure it out. I mean, we all try to figure it out, but some people are really just messed up and they just get in a relationship thinking, well, it should work if we just stick at it. But sometimes it's not that simple. Everybody know that relationships, especially marriage, is going to be hard. Somebody was telling me marriage is for grown folks. So if you ain't really grown mentally, you wasting your time, because you're going to be divorced pretty soon. Fatty was saying, I'm curious about their zodiacs. They probably shouldn't have never been together. Does zodiac play a part in if people are compatible with each other? Because if we go by that, I would say some people, if I go by my sign and I try to connect it with somebody they say I'm compatible with, sometimes I don't even like that person. So is zodiacs, does that have something to do with people compatibility?
Not
If
for
you're
the
not
most
following
part.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
And
Raymond.
okay, so if you're not following a discipline of religion, what do I mean? You're not following like the Bible, the Quran, something like that, then absolutely, because you're not following any source that would override that. That would have the two individuals thinking about something greater than that, because I've seen plenty of when I used to be out there, I've seen plenty of incompatible zodiac signs. They say, "Oh, this sign is not that." They're compatible because when you actually, then you got to break down their whole natal chart. What's their sun? What's their moon? What's their rising? What's in this house? What's that? What's like? It's so detailed. It's not just their zodiac sign is this, because they could be incompatible sun signs, but then their moon signs are completely compatible. Maybe their rising signs are, maybe this house. It's so detailed. So it's not just as simple as, oh, their zodiac signs don't match. You really, you can't do that. And as somebody who professionally taught this and provided natal charts for people, birth charts, and I did all those things. It's not just as simple as, oh, that's that. Oh, he's an Aries, and she's a Capricorn or something. It's not that simple. That's just surface level, maybe just to get things going. So Also, though, to add to that, when you start operating based upon those energies, and that's why I brought up a spiritual and some people call them religious discipline, like the Bible and the Quran, for example. When you operating off of zodiac signs, you're not operating off of anything righteous. Now, why do I say that?
Okay.
Because when you operating into that whole new age space, anything goes. So
Okay.
you're allowing good energies and bad energies and everything in between to come in because it's demons that tap into that energy, those energies. Certain demons or certain zodiacs. So like this stuff is deep. And I used to teach all of this. I know all about that. So it's like people be inviting
Mhm.
things in. I'm kind of like the white lady that somebody, I forgot who it was. My apologies. Said in your comment section that she was fooling with
That was
Papa
that shoe
Legba.
that was talking about that. I think that was no, that was Fatty. I'm sorry, that was Fatty that brought that up.
Fatty. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, she was saying something about the young lady that was trying to summons Papa Legro. Is that how you pronounce it? Because I know I can get it wrong. They was trying to summons him, and she ended up dying. That's what happened. So she was saying something about that.
That plays into it as well. Um,
Hello.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
zodiac signs play into that as well. When it comes to summoning
Mhm.
demons, when it comes to doing spells. Remember you talking about like with Wicca and like the pentagram and balancing the earth, the fire, the wind, the air, whatever, water, et cetera, et cetera. Depending on your zodiac sign, certain things might not be compatible. It could cause inconsistent. Like this stuff
Oh,
is deep.
okay.
And so it's like a lot of people really don't
Okay.
understand what they're doing, but it becomes so common. Well, my mama did this. My grandmama did this. My whole family did this. Okay, well, just because they did it or they're doing it, did they teach you how to properly do it? And a lot of times there's things that are not properly
Okay.
being done. And I'm not advocating for anybody to do spells, but what I'm saying is it's a proper way to do stuff and there's an improper way to do stuff. So if you're going to be doing spells, it has to be done the right way, and what I could clearly tell from just the onset all the way through, and I might actually have to go into this story and break it down from like that spell work spiritual aspect, because I know everybody's been covering it from all the other aspects, but I'm actually have to probably break it down that way. Um, I could tell there's some things she didn't do wrong. I mean, she did wrong that just she don't know what she's doing. She doing
Okay.
something, it's like cooking, right? Somebody be like, okay, put this ingredient. You might actually be able to cook the dish or get the cake or whatever it is that the dessert that you're trying to make, but it ain't banging, it's not slamming, it's not smacking, it's not slap your mama good. It's you made it, but it ain't really made right. And so
Right.
that's what I'm seeing is going on here. It's so much wrong, it's so much lack of guidance. It's so much lack of everything that's going on here on both ends. It's literally insane. And this was an inevitable outcome without any type of intercession. No viewers interceded. Nobody, it don't seem like no family interceded. Obviously, with them, they just going back and forth, so they couldn't intercede on each other's behalf, and they didn't
Right.
seek any outside help. So, unfortunately, one way or the other, this is going to end in tragedy. It's like a Romeo and Juliet scenario. It's going to be
Right.
tragedy.
It's crazy, man. And people, you create these soul ties, and both of y'all jacked up, and then this is the aftermath of two jacked up souls. It's crazy.
And
Uh,
parents.
yeah. Can you play it now, Rollo? And y'all can stop it whenever y'all might have different talking points that y'all might want to stop the video. So
Okay.
if you want to keep.
Okay.
Mhm.
In the
Thank
parking
you so
lot
much.
so we can talk about this and get it together. Bitch, I'm a convict. I know what time it is. Skirt. Straight to Wayne County, straight to Justice, because she thinking it ain't. She think it's a game. But when you sit here, for one, when you playing with a nigga that's beneath me, or even if the nigga had more than me, you know what I'm saying? You go back to my hometown. I don't give a fuck if I fuck this mama.
And this is
Wow.
where the problem begins. Guys, guys, guys,
Mm.
guys. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So he talks about if the guy has more or if the guy has less. You bringing him to my hometown.
Right.
Oh man. So he must have seen her bring guys that he knows.
Yeah,
It's somebody.
the guy
Yeah.
she caught in the bed, I think he knew they used to hang out or something. He knew the guy. The guy that
Yeah.
she caught was in the bed with, and she was butt naked. That's when she got into the she jumped into the car. She jumped into the car naked to
Yeah.
drive to the police station. Hey, Earth
Because
Day.
because
Yeah.
because Selena, he also dealt with him too. That was a triangle. The name that she mentioned, it was him.
Uh-huh.
He dealt he
So
dealt with he dealt with him
what,
too.
in prison? He was and you talking about because he
Yeah,
probably went
yeah,
both
yeah,
ways. Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Okay.
He did.
He went both ways. So the man went both ways. So he was sleeping with the same man that she was sleeping with. Okay. Because
Yeah, yeah.
okay, gotcha. Ooh,
And this
now
probably
that's
took
some
place back in
nasty
the
work.
jail and back in the jail days, back when
Mhm.
Yeah,
she, slinging that baton, slinging them cuffs around. He was probably trying to get at her. She probably gave him a look, but it just so happened to be Frenchman is the one that actually, took the bait, or the one
Mhm.
that like said yes or what have you. So she moved forward with Frenchman, but she probably was always like, yeah, I want to get with you. Because remember, y'all the gatekeepers to the bedroom, as a
that
woman.
is
Right.
correct. Correct.
So, it no matter how
Ooh,
much
that's
old dude
nasty.
wanted to do it, if she didn't want him, then that whole situation wouldn't have popped off in the bed. But that's because she wanted him. So it's like this this situation, them two getting together, is literally the worst. And I want to say this because I just don't want to say that 100%, every single circumstance that someone that works in the prison system, and then you have an actual inmate, that they should not get together. But
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say this, somebody who actually works in public safety, there's certain things that are just off limits.
Right.
And coming from any level of professionalism, let alone moralism and all the other isms, you there's a reason why you're not supposed to get with them. You're not supposed to go there. I mean, it happens, it does happen, but you're not supposed to go there for reasons like this,
Mhm.
because it's just not going to work out. If you look at the statistics, the odds are highly against anybody that works in the prison system and any particular inmate getting together and it actually working out and lasting and being something productive to society. Um,
Right.
you got to look at this. She was not a criminal at that time. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. I know opposites attract, but she wasn't a criminal and he was. And so it's
Yeah.
like she lowered herself or lowered her particular standards because whatever spells or whatever else she was trying to do, she probably couldn't run that game on a guy that was either equally yoked or higher. Because another, warden or somebody working at, correctional officer, what have you, they gonna be able to peep game. That's
Mhm.
all we do is read people. We read people through and through in our sleep. So, they like, you gonna be like, whatever, Zaria, they ain't falling for that. Or
Right.
anyone else, maybe another professional, like they're of another profession, another status. So she probably couldn't run that. And this is one thing I know a lot of women, it goes back to what Rollo said and what I said about the competition. A lot of times, she already wants to one up him. So they got into this relationship of this constant one up, and she already started with the one up because she's like, hey, I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna get you free. I'm gonna put you on, get with me. We're gonna get married. And so she already had that one up. So in Frenchman's eyes, he always like, I gotta one up her. So when it comes to situations like
Mhm.
this, if she got another guy and all of this, he gonna double down with that one and up. So this
Mhm.
outcome is inevitable. He ain't thinking about his marriage. He ain't thinking about the kids. He ain't thinking about like he just said. We just heard it. Jessup County. Wait, you know what I'm saying? He repping where he from and what he about. He's like, I'm a convict. So
Right.
this This whole thing is just scary. And the crazy thing about it, I wonder about the people around them who didn't say nothing.
Exactly. Or maybe they did say something, but when people decide that they're in love and they want to be with each other, people can tell them all day long. But if that's what they want to do, they like, if everybody else, I want this man, I want this woman. We gonna, they kind of have that Bonnie and Clyde kind of attitude, like forget everybody, we in this together, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
people may have told them, hey, or told her, you're a young lady. Won't you get somebody that's, that's more of your speed? But then again, the way both of them were kind of, how they portrayed on here, they may have been more equal than we think, spiritually, emotionally, and all them different, like, a lot of times you may think you on a higher level, but you might be on that same level that you kind of down at another person. So that's another thing we have to look at. But I definitely think that she was really young. She was 26 years old, and it's unfortunate that she didn't see any other life for her but this man. She could have probably found somebody else, but then again, like I said, how she comes off is, let me not, because I don't want to be offensive to anybody, especially with her being deceased. But she had some maturing to do. I'll just say that.
Well, the thing about it is, when you live in these lands, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't have an outlet, and the demons, this is what a lot of the people don't want to hear. The demons is more attracted to the lands than the city. And the reason for that is because that's where we really originated from. The city is a cover up. When you get away from the city and you in the land and you out in the country, I've seen some things in the country that will make people lose their minds. It's like a whole different world. And if your tablet is not on point, you could be zombie food. You're looking at a natural zombie right in front of our eyes that's gone, unalive himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could be a demon one time, you could transform into a zombie, a cannibalist, all that stuff that be going on in these lands. In these prisons out in these far lands, there's a lot of crazy stories I heard.
Yeah.
Woo. People be talking about the cities. They ain't not compared to the land.
It's the country.
Yeah, because from when where my grandparents were from, was kind of like country towns where they practiced a lot of. They were very superstitious, number one, but they also, not my grandparents, but they knew people that did practice hoodoo and different, kind of superstitious things, in the country. And they were very acceptable to, the Black arts, because of, where they're from, but I do hear a lot of that. I do hear that a lot of people sometimes dibble and dabble in things, especially in the country, especially going down south, like I would say, farther than Texas, like the Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, things like that. Where it's considered the real South, Carolinas. So you have a lot of things going on down there, and a lot of them do practice, or they are familiar. They maybe know somebody in the neighborhood that do practice different rituals and like hoodoo and things like that. So it is very prevalent, I will say, especially in the deep South.
Yep, you just said it. You just said it, Selena. You solved it. Carolina,
right.
Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Texas,
and Louisiana. Yep.
Louisiana. Yep.
Fatty has something very interesting. She says, kind of like the Bobby and Whitney, because Quiet as Kept, it's later came out that he's not the one that introduced Whitney to drugs. It could have already been in her background. And actually, it was Fatty. I saw the documentary, a couple of documentaries, I'm sorry, of Whitney. And she was actually introduced at a very early age by her brother, Michael. Her brother Michael introduced her to weed and then cocaine and stuff like that. So she was at an early age in her teenage years was practicing using and so when and I think Bobby Brown at that time he was maybe doing just weed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You still there, Selena? I mean, we see you here. Is your audio on mute?
We're waiting on her.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
She'll be back, y'all.
Yeah, she'll come
Man,
back. Look at the picture of old dude on the
yeah,
screen. Is it just me or is there red above his eyes?
it is. You're right.
It's wild, man. This while we waiting for Selena to come back, um, for those of you that's familiar with us, or maybe you're not familiar with us, we talk a lot about the spiritual aspects of things, more particularly on the biblical side. And when you look at this situation with these two individuals here, a lot of people think that when you hear people say on demon time or they talk about spirits or they talk about this or talk about that, a lot of people think that it's just a game or it's just something to talk about. No, this is real. What we're watching is a real situation on how demons lure people in, set people up, and then boom, next thing you know, two souls, they gain two souls as a result of all of this, and then have set up the children to now be in a whole household where they could potentially go down a similar path because of what happened to them, and them having pain and frustration and all types of things going on, and this could potentially set up and turn into like a generational curse thing.
Mhm.
um because you know what's funny, and what I would like to know, maybe y'all know it, maybe the audience knows, but it would be interesting to get an insight into, on both ends of their family members, like how have the relationships been, like with family members, and how have certain circumstances worked out, how did they come together, because we know on her end, she was introduced to this whole spell work stuff and
Uh-huh.
voodoo and all of that. So it would be interesting just to see how things played out and see if this is just another duplication of how things played out, or did her situation, is Zaria's situation, just go left, and maybe theirs didn't have this extreme outcome here. It'd be
Did you got
interesting.
did y'all guys hear the last thing that I said? No, when I was talking about
No,
Bobby and Whitney.
No, no.
Oh, okay. So I was saying that with the Bobby and Whitney situation, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I said
we can't.
okay,
Yes.
that Whitney was introduced by her brother Michael. Her brother Michael introduced her to weed as well as the harder drugs like cocaine. And so she introduced Bobby to the harder drugs when they later got together. And so I would have thought personally that Bobby Brown, because he was, from Baltimore, he was from the hood, she was more middle class. But surprisingly, she was the one that started out with the drugs and he introduced him to it. And then their connection, their toxicity, it's like it grew them stronger together rather than apart, because they shared it's like their soul ties. They shared something together, whether it was great sex or the thrill of doing drugs together. I don't know what it was, but it was a strange kind of love story. But it definitely shows how sometimes our own toxicity can, can create these bonds with people. It's like we're trauma bonding with people, so you have to make sure that you deal with your past, deal with your demons or whatever. So I hope that I'm making sense. Can y'all understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so we can keep going if y'all want to.
Yeah. Let's continue. Yep.
It ain't your job to go back and goddamn, tit for tat. I'm gonna get my lip back. You know what I'm saying? So I blame any man would. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what happened. Boom. So now I can't go back to my job. Lost my job. Everything. So of course, she got so bad. She got so goddamn bad that I couldn't goddamn do shit. I couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I fucked with my goddamn partner, goddamn Mel. Mel gave me somewhere to stay. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, try to goddamn get me right. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, for the last 2-3 years, I can't shake for nothing. I can't get right for shit. You know what I'm saying?
And there it is. There it
Can't get
is.
right for shit.
Yeah.
That's
So
the answer.
she put a spell on him or something. You think at that time?
She got him fired. She put a spell on him for him not to work. She didn't want him to work, and this is where it gets. This is why I've been saying that most women do not want their man to work, and this is a prime example of it. She did not want him to work.
What she want him to do? Just stay around the house?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
that stuff is real. That stuff is real.
Because my thing is, I would want my man to work. You can't be around me and not have a job. So that.
But here's the thing:
crazy.
the type of work, whatever type of work he was doing, she only seen him maybe. Okay, let's say hypothetically, she was not doing CEO no more. It looked like she wasn't working no more. And that's another thing with Georgia that they're cleaning up right now. I found out, Brainwaves, that these people don't have to work to get a nice home. We already know about that situation. But the point is, these people got a home and she wasn't working and he wasn't working. How the hell they still got this house? This is crazy, man. This wicked stuff is out of control.
Well, let me say this, and I'm not trying to cut you off. I want to. I did look at a little bit of what was going on, and I found out that there was something that happened. He ended up getting a settlement. At one point, he had cancer. I'm not sure what the settlement had, like what entailed with the settlement.
Wow.
But he ended up getting $100,000. This was actually before. Okay, allegedly. Okay, yeah, this was actually before they were together. And while he was in prison, before he went in prison, he ended up getting a settlement. And
wow! So she must have found out
that he had in the bank. So when they got together, while he was in prison, when they got together, she allowed her to get money out of the bank, I guess, to live and stuff like that. Even while
wow, that's you're a great investigator. Wow.
So that is how he was able to have some type of money. That's how they were able to get that trailer home and things like that because of that settlement that he had. So he had some type of cancer. I don't know exactly what happened, where it was something with the hospitals or what they did wrong. This is allegedly, but somehow, he did get a judgment where he was awarded that $100,000.
And that's why she wanted him. That's why she wanted him.
There it is. That's where it is. We got the answer. Yep.
That's it. Hey, Big Daddy. Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever you want. We're gonna get married. We're gonna have kids. Because she saw that ching.
Yeah, she saw the money because he was giving her access to his money while he was still yet in prison.
Whoa, he made the sin mistake. That's a costly sin mistake. Wow.
Yeah, so I found that out. I was like, okay, so that make more sense. Wow, I don't know if he had loose lips and he was just talking about how much money he had and all that. And so that gave her more of ammunition to be like, you know what? I need to find a way how I can get with homeboy, So she buttered him up as the correctional officer. And then when he got out, she was like, we need to get married. And that's exactly, he was like, well, okay, I'll go ahead and do it. They got married. shortly after that, they started having babies.
Mm.
Selena, you've been proving my videos so many times you don't realize it. Wow, these ladies wait for you to get to that mark, you fellas.
Right.
Wow.
Basically. Yeah, that's basically what happened. Because I was trying to connect the dots, and I just kept looking around, researching this story, and I actually found somebody that actually broke it down and had some of the history of how they got together. What, because like I told you, I didn't even know until today that he was actually married before he married her. He was married the first time he was in prison. And
So she got rid of that. So you think that she did something to the girl to get her to get divorced with the spell work?
I have no idea, but I know after a while, when the first time he was in prison, they were no longer together. And then, like I said, while he was in prison, he met her, and she was a correctional officer. And you know how some men are, they'll try to talk about what they got in the bank and all that kind of stuff. And, and it got caught her ear. And hey, she's gonna work that. She's 26 years old. She trying to get somebody that got some, some money, which is understandable. I mean, I can understand, her hustle, but at the end of the day, a lot of that stuff, if you're not in it for the right reason, it will backfire on you.
Yep.
So
that's sin. Yep.
Wages of sin is what?
Death.
There it is.
Right. So you said allegedly both of them did, and before they met, in my opinion, they were just toxicity together. Yeah. That's how Bobby left New Edition. Yeah, Bobby, he left New Edition because of Whitney. Is that what you're saying, Earth Day?
She put a spell on his behind too.
Yeah, that's why he's like, I don't need this group no more. I got it.
Yeah, Whitney and Bobby were they were a different type of crazy. I tell you that, but they were very interesting to say the least. Okay, y'all, let's keep going.
All right.
Saying, so I've been in denial for so long. I've been in denial, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I gotta goddamn get right. I'm studying trying to catch grip. Okay, so boom, here it is. All this happening, the U.S. Marshals looking for me, all this shit here, because her mama done called the folks, my probation officer, and had them folks got them thinking I done beat her where she can't walk, see, and all, like she down to dead. My probation officer telling me this shit. So here it is. Here it is. They telling me. That's why they had the marshals there, because I'm already a violent offender. So they had the marshals after me and shit, you know what I'm saying? So they never, they ain't never catch me or whatever. Boom. She go back up there months later, you know what I'm saying? We don't calm down, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she's my wife, you know what I'm saying? I come back, we try to work it out. So here it is, when I come back, we sitting in here in the same area right here. I'm sitting right here cooking as usual. She sit right here, yeah. You sit right here. Snow come, her friend Snow come in at the time. Oh, yeah, he finna talk about corn. And she got them tell Snow, another nigga from Jessup wanted to talk to her. Remind you, this is another nigga. Not to me, that girl. This is another nigga. For one, the nigga was on her Snapchat, so he relayed the message to her, which she relayed to him. The shit boiled down. This bitch get caught by her nigga talking to him supposedly. The nigga called me telling me, oh, bro, I'm going to tell you now, shit, it really, my girl talking to her, you know what I'm saying? They just did that to throw y'all. And it seemed like that. So when he said that shit, it made sense. Because it's like, why the fuck would you come and make sure I know that he wanted to talk to her? You don't come back and tell me everything else when y'all here fucking doing everything else. You know what I'm saying? So boom. So boom.
She's like, you messing with that. You messing with
see
him.
myself in that kind of situation.
She said you was messing with him too. This is crazy, man.
Yeah, this is some crazy work. I couldn't see myself in this much dysfunction. Like, I'm not perfect, but I don't have time for this. This is just too much for me. Listen, if you like this, stay far away from me. I do not tolerate this type of foolishness at all. Hey, El Boogie, I don't tolerate it. So yeah, this is really different for me. I don't know. I just haven't. I wasn't raised up like this to think that this is okay. I just wasn't. But let's keep going. Unless y'all want to have something to say.
You got anything to say, Brainwaves?
Man, shout out, I don't even know why y'all trip, man. You know how we talk down here in Georgia. It's all about that money, though. You know what I'm saying? You put away anything, get that 100 stack. Come on, Selena, tripping,
Yeah.
Selena, 100 stack, Selena, 100 stack, 100 stack.
Yes, indeed.
Look, you could deal with a little drama for 100 stacks.
Yeah, nah, not like that.
Yeah.
My peace is much more important. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Keep going. That's funny.
Here it is, years ago, months later. See, she tried to tell me, oh, she ain't talking to her. So, boy, I get locked up. So, I get locked up again because when I come home from the other shit, because my probation still trying to violate me, but she had them when got the charges dropped, so I never got fingerprinted. That's how I got out. They ain't charged me or nothing. So, probation had me in there for like a week. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the shit dropped, right? So they finally get the shit dropped. I get out. When I get out, we got security. We got cameras. I'm gonna show y'all the camera. We got cameras around the house. So she standing out here in the yard. She on the phone with a nigga. I can hear her because she had it on speakerphone. Nigga talking about, oh, I want to get drunk. Da 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 da. Here it is. She asked this nigga, oh, so which car you want? Like she flexing. Oh, which car you want me to drive? You want me to drive the Challenger? You know what I'm saying? All that shit. Like she catering to a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I hear all this shit. So I ask her, I'm fresh out too. First day out. So I asked about it. Oh, that was my friend. I can't have friends. Any of y'all that's on here that know, if y'all comment, say anything, any of that shit, she got to do the most. So we on the same time. So
You just can't take what you did.
So here it is.
It's crazy.
So she's saying he was in every woman DMs. So he put while she putting it on, he putting it on her and she putting it back on him. So neither one of them are taking accountability for both of them being unfaithful with each other. El Boogie said it's just crazy. And he's just crazy and took it out on her. But infidelity can and will occur if you're not committed. And that's true. That's very true. So neither one of these people were really committed, but they expected commitment.
That money must have been that money must have been low really fast too. Because I'm gonna tell you something. That 100,000 must have went back quick with kids involved too.
Real quick.
Something happened. That money went low. She done lost some mind. He lost his mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Ooh,
you can play it.
Boom. I get out. I asked her about it. She telling me, oh, that's my friend. I can't have friends. Can I have friends? Oh, you easy. You a fuck, so I don't. But you don't fuck multiple niggas. Here it is. She talking about it. Here it is. She talking about it years ago. Bitch, I'm in prison, so of course I ain't gonna know. So here it is. You gonna tell me now. So here it is. Boom. You gonna tell me? Oh shit. I did this. I fucked him. I did this. I did all that. But remind you, now I ain't just a nigga calling her. Oh, I did this. I did that. In the beginning, when I went in, I went broke because I got fucked up. I had to get me a lawyer. All that shit there. And I was fresh out. I went back to prison in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. Now months later, I done came into a goddamn a settlement. Months later, while I'm in.
That's what I was telling y'all.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's why I was
telling you.
Here we go.
Prison that next year. So boom, now here it is. You know, I'm straight now. I'm feeling like she riding. I'm taking care of, looking out for her, giving her money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about a little bit. I had like 100 racks in my account, and she had access to all of it. You know? Okay, if it was more than
she said it was more than that. Wow.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Wow.
And then she had access to all of it.
Right.
Oh, man.
He gave her access to it, and that's why I was just like, that's the dumbest decision that he could have made to me. You know, I wouldn't have gave it to somebody. Yeah, he wasn't even at the time. I don't even believe he was married to her. He got married to her after he got out of prison the second time. So that's why I
Yeah.
was just like, why did you give a woman that you were just talking to in prison your bank information and you had more than $100,000 in the bank? Like that's crazy to me. So
Man, she don't put
you know,
spells on him while
I
he was
just
in
didn't
prison.
understand it.
God damn, she put money spells on him, all types of
Right.
spells on him in prison.
Exactly.
That's
That's
why he
my
said
point.
yes so quick. That's why he
Right.
said yes to everything. It wasn't, if you look at their story, it wasn't like, oh, I'm trying to get him to, I've been working on him for a long time, trying to get him to go out with me. It took me a year, 2 years. He finally decided to go out with me and then progressing like to money and all that stuff. No, it's like the money was right off the bat. That's that
Mm-hmm.
spell work.
And
She could
she
have put
was
some in his
quiet.
food. She
Yeah.
could put some in his food. Look, she got access to him. She could put some in his food, some in his water, could have offered some. Ain't no telling what she could have done or gave to him to make him just easily say yes.
Right.
And remember the key point of this whole thing when he said that she was quiet, guys. Let me tell you this right now. That was the most silent she was when he explained that 100,000. She was quiet because she knew she like, oh snap. She did not like that. Oh, she was pissed. Because I
Right.
exposed her. That exposed her for what she was really about. So the spell was wearing off, and then it got back on. This is crazy, man. You can't
Mhm.
tell people what you got these days. They got
Whoa.
they got to earn your trust by their actions.
Like they say,
Damn.
loose lips sink ships. That's what Irvin would say.
And
He
yeah, that's the
wasn't
truth.
lying.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, hey Roy Lee, a lot of the times that we be, talking to people, you don't know what motives people got. Like when you're
They
talking
do.
to them, you
Right.
may have a pure heart. You may not intentionally be trying to talk and say everything, but people are just not trustworthy anymore. Some folks have different agendas. Some people can't hold water. Some people they're just trying to find something. So when mad day happen, they're gonna expose it. So you have to be extremely careful and add on to the exposing. So you have to really be cautious of who you tell, what you got, what you feel, because you just never know the people that you're dealing with. You never know.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say. You never know. So I think that maybe it's because he was in prison, he wasn't thinking. He just like, you know what, she look good, she fine, and she's a pretty girl. She was a pretty girl. And he
Well,
just,
a lot of witches do be pretty.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
and
how they
it's
lure
some
you
ugly
in.
ones too. So,
No, that's true. That's true.
it just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's ugly and pretty. So like I said, a witch is about the heart of the person. But they do use certain things, their sensuality, their beauty, their charm, to get men to seduce men in whatever kind of ways. I always tell men, whether you believe in the Bible or not, Proverbs is one of the best books of wisdom. And had I used a lot of Proverbs in certain situations and people, I would have never gotten involved in. But in Proverbs 5, it talks about the wayward woman and how she will seduce you and she will trap you because of her beauty or her words. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
men got to be
Mhm.
careful as well. Like, women got to be definitely careful, but men have to be careful as well, because you could be yoking up or you could be connecting with someone that can ultimately destroy you in the end. You said, listen to the daily barking towards the end of the video too. The dog was frantic and sensed the vibes and energy, what was about to happen. And you're right, Fatty.
Yeah.
Animals can sense when there
Yeah.
is a disturbance or when there's something about to happen. And I remember as I watched the the video, I heard the little dog just did his little feet just going and running and going from one room to another, following them around. And he could already tell that there was about to be danger. You know what I'm saying? So animals can pick it up very well. Probably more than people. He says towards the end of the video, okay, you said barking. Yeah, you said that. Oh, hey, Juicy. So yeah. Now we're gonna play a little bit of that. And we got to skip closer to the end because this is an
Yeah.
hour. And
Definitely.
Yeah.
so if we can go ahead and do that.
Okay, so what? So she had access to all that. Boom. So here it is. She coming around. We're in prison. I'm in prison. I'm in the halfway house. Only thing gonna say about it, because you know that prison got the relationship you hear. Only way we gonna fix this, the only way this shit gonna work, you get married. Here my dumb ass go. You feel me? All right, here it is.
Boom! He said, "Here comes his dumb behind." Falling for
Yeah,
it.
he know he messed up. He know he messed up.
Hey.
He know he messed up because he sit up there talking, telling this woman what he had, and he knew he messed up. That's why he said his dumb self. Right. He knew he messed up.
I guess we can go towards the end if you're ready.
Oversharing is not a great idea with people in this day and time. Oversharing will really create more problems for you than you bargained for. I can tell you that. Never overshare. Never overshare. Because you don't know who you're talking to. And you don't know what type of motives they have. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
he told him on himself big time.
And she was laughing in the background too. Y'all heard that?
She was laughing. Yep. The demon was laughing.
It's funny because she knows to be honest with you, and you know, I'm not saying anything bad about this young lady. Both of them are very immature. Let's just be clear on that.
Both demons, right?
They're both immature. I'm not gonna go as far as saying they're just demons or anything. I'm not gonna go as far as that, but they're definitely both very immature. They had no business really getting together and then creating children. But since they did, it's like, okay, now we in this, we got to deal with each other. So this woman here, she knew her first motive was, I need that money and I need a man that's going to take care of this household, take care of me, and if I have a couple of babies, so he'll be able to take care of my babies. And so she looking at it in that standpoint, you know what I'm saying? She not looking down a road where having somebody that may be institutionalized, how it may be a little bit difficult for him to come out of that mindset and be able to be a normal citizen and just be a normal person walking around in society. He didn't look at anything as far as like, I'm ready to get out of prison. She's a beautiful young woman. Maybe I can make a life and have the family that I maybe never had. There's some hopes and dreams that ended up just crushing. It kind of just fell by the wayside because your expectations and your fantasy doesn't always add up to reality, if that makes sense. What your fantasy, what you want, what you're expecting, it might not happen because both of you are maybe not aligned to even be with each other. Am I making sense?
Yeah, that's true. You're making a lot of sense.
So I just felt like, I think they had high expectations. I think that they both saw some qualities in the other person that maybe they felt like they could work it out. As long as they had a basis, you have some money, you beautiful, you young, you're a man. So, hey, let's try this. Let's try this out. You attracted to me. I'm attracted to you. Let's see what we can do with this mess. And it was literally a mess. But a lot of people get together like that. If you think about it, most of our relationships have been mess, You try to make things work when you guys are just not on the same page. But because you have high expectations and you want what you want, they have expectations, they want what they want, then y'all get together and think it's supposed to work. And it's not. You're not aligned with each other. Y'all purpose, y'all compatibility, all of that just does not line up. And so here you are trying to fix things that's already broken and you can never fix it. So that's what I see.
Yep, money played a big role in this situation.
Yep.
All right, so y'all want me to continue or go towards the end?
Kind of go a little bit towards the end. You know.
All right, I'm gonna go right here.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Got a
Commercial.
commercial.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the whatchamacallit this coming week.
I swear you're that.
Dad, I gotta die like that. You told my shit.
Damn, bitch.
Give me my
I
phone.
gotta die if I tell what happened.
Give me my phone.
That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really gonna die behind this, so y'all won't know that tea right now.
Give me my phone.
Mark done got quiet. Where he at? He right here. He getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out. They ain't finna cook shit. What this address is?
Hey, watch out now.
Well, turn my phone back on.
Watch out now.
Turn my phone back on.
Tell that nigga that goddamn you just called to put turn it on.
I ain't called. I text him.
Oh, whatever it was.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's crazy.
The money situation. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Wee.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is some bull right here.
See,
This is
you know what
really
this
some bull.
exposes, y'all? It's like folks will rock with you, folks be cool with you. It be your husband, it be your wife, it be your friend, it be your family. They kick it with you, act like they down.
Mhm.
And then as soon as they get done using you up for whatever it is that they're using you for,
They
and it
done.
run low, they done with you. And that's when all the drama come out.
You're
And then they want
right.
to throw you under the bus, just like we seeing here. This is a classic
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. And then
Like
they put it
you,
on the internet for everybody
yeah.
to see it. That's what's so crazy. That's some crazy work. People are so intentional about destroying other people. And that is just amazing how society and how people see things to get back at other people. Like, it's crazy.
Because we
But
They took
support
the
it.
money to the grave,
yeah, we
man.
do. Especially if we're in the chats rallying and you know, kind of, you know, going, you know, making, you know, saying basically agreeing with what is actually happening. Like, I'm pretty sure the people that was in that chat, that Facebook chat, they was really enjoying the
There was
drama.
a bunch of broke people in that chat, broke-minded people in that chat. There was
Yeah,
no
they was
people
they
with
was
sense in that
enjoying
chat.
the drama. And if
Yeah.
anything, they should be sad that these two people are all in the internet.
They
And they have
guilty.
children. And
They
I'm thinking,
guilty.
yeah, I'm thinking to myself, where were the children? Were they the
Yeah.
children at home, or were the children with somebody else? Like, where were the children when all of this was going on? But I'm thinking that they were there because at the very beginning, not at this video, but it was another video, he was coming in the house with that Blackie Mal, and he was smoking it, and she was like, she called him a B. She said, "Get that out of here. I don't want that in here with the baby." She didn't want the smoke in here with the baby. So I'm assuming the kids had to be there because it's a
They not there. They wasn't there.
Huh?
They wasn't there because the dog would have been more aggravated in the beginning if the kids was there, because the dog is connected to the kids. The dog would have been walking a lot more. No, they not there. The kids wasn't there.
Okay, well, she told him not to bring that smoke in there because she was like, she didn't want the baby to smell it.
Was the live? Is this the same live?
Yes, it was the same live. Like I said, people have different clips of it. So I saw that clip where he was coming inside the house and he was smoking it. And she said, "B, get that out of there. Get that out of here. I don't want that smoke in the house with the baby."
We should have heard the kids then. I don't know. This is
I don't know.
A 2-story house.
I don't know all of that. You know, if I can find the video, Rollo, while we're here, I'm gonna see if it'll play. But like I said, my Wi-Fi is acting a little funky right now, so I don't know if I could get it.
Anybody in the chat knows? Anybody in the chat knows this is a tractor trailer, 2-story tractor trailer, or is it a long tractor? I know it's a tractor trailer. I could tell it's a tractor trailer house because most tractor trailer houses are 2 stories. So I don't know. I'm not saying you lying, Selena. It's just me just observing. We should have heard some kids. By the way, they was arguing. The kids should have been saying something.
like I said, I just know what she said, and she was telling him to get out of the house with that smoke. That's what I know. So, other than that, that's all I know. Let me see if I can find a video,
Because
but
he's
you can keep
smoking right
playing.
here, right now. That's the crazy. I'm
Right.
not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're lying. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know. The kids was there. I don't know. It could have been something else going on we don't know about.
Okay. Well, keep playing it when you get a chance.
Okay,
Let
I'm
me
gonna
see
play
if
it
I can
now.
find that other video.
Turn my phone back on.
So, I'm gonna wait till y'all get on here. Don't report it, Corner. I'm gonna report it from this other page. Oh, that's the one to report it. So first, you gotta get your seasoning or whatnot. I'm gonna go with the complete season, motherfucker.
Nobody wanna see you cook.
They should hear more than got there we cook.
Wow.
How old are you?
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, how old are you? I'm talking about, listen, last time you went live, he was telling him like, boy, you look lame and set up and doing shit like that. Don't know it. I look like the hell but stand with a bitch who done burnt me. The fuck is you talking about? The hell you talking about? Y'all tap in. So, as y'all know, I come with the drama. So, and then look, my people ain't even know this shit, but all y'all that know my story, you remember a couple months ago I went live. So, my story is, I came home from prison, and I came home married. And before all that, he don't cook the food, he ain't gonna clean the kitchen. I done ran into the CO, which is the person that came, right? You can wait. I ain't lying. I hope they give him a Facebook shit. You put in the wrong shit, you need some damn money. So, whole time, we all know, like, well, if I go do their thing, they with niggas in prison and shit. So, I really been, playing my little part, came into, but before that, I was doing my thing in prison when I met her. Taking care of. Well, you got that money from council. Stop lying to them damn people. I'm going all the way back to Augusta State. You got that money from council. I'm going back to Augusta State. Oh, well, you owed me. I was helping you. Yeah, so. They said get to the point. You got them beat around the bush. This gonna be a long story, so if they ain't getting their popcorn ready, shit, they ain't gonna goddamn get the store.
Money again. It's just money. It's the money. That's the case. It's the money situation. This is what led to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
They in serious day. They wasn't serious day. They wasn't serious day.
Mm-hmm.
They owe people. He owed because of her. She owed. She putting pressure on him. He can't find work because she got him out of work.
Yeah, they just jacked up. That's basically. Hey, Taryn. Yeah, they just jacked up. At the end of the day, like I said, it's always, like I said, these people get into these relationships and they expect their relationship where it's supposed to fix each other. Like, they supposed to complete each other and fix each other's problems and past and all that. But it don't work that way. It's just
goes to show. It goes to show no matter how much money you have, fellas, man, for the most part, A woman is going to do what she thinks is right in her mind. That's why it's just hard to be attached when you be successful. It's hard to be attached to someone when you become very successful. You know, he got his peak. He thought she was the real deal. He should have just, wow, man. The guy's slow, man. He got burned by her, man.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why he probably down himself, because he like, you know, damn, why was I, like he said earlier, I was dumb, you know, for that. So it's kind of like, you know, he may hate himself for how he allowed, you know, in so many ways to be used. But to be honest with you, they probably used each other. If we being real about it.
Yeah.
If we being real about it, most people, they get into these toxic relationships and they be using each other. You got this, I can use that. You got, and I got this, and you can use that. And here we go. That's just
You would think that with the way the climate of the economics is, that she will be and him of course too will be on point with their situation. It goes to show, man, like the Bible says, a man foolish what it is, brainwaves with the money thing, depart his ways.
if the fool and his money depart with him, or something like that.
Yeah.
Fool and his money, it departs from him, or something. It's basically saying when you're a fool, your money gonna depart from you. Basically.
You have somebody else gonna spend it.
Yeah. So he just kind of put things out there, and it's kind of like the girl, she wasn't there for the right reasons, and at the end of the day, he probably, you know, felt like it was an advantage to be with her too. So there you go.
He used her to get other women, of course, but
yeah, well, some people don't look at it. They look at the benefits of being with a person.
Thank you, Phoenix Rising. A fool and his money shall soon depart.
Yeah, it was something like that. Phoenix, a fool and his money shall soon depart. I got the meaning of it. I just couldn't do the exact wording of it. So right, a fool and his money shall depart. Okay, you can keep going, Rollo.
Yeah, we're gonna play it out.
So I'm gonna tell you, we finna get every bitch you got damn fool. So this motherfucker here, that's out here, and play me. She used to get a lot of, you saw the text on her. She used to get text. She was fucking the nigga. She was getting the text on. I used to get long story short, cool. Then he just capped on me like I already had tattoos before 3 years ago. She been cheating on and off. Cheating on and off. I've been cheating. I've been fucking off doing my thing. He just said I got all my tattoos from she get pregnant. So I fuck around. I got what? And cheat while she was pregnant. First time cheating. I wasn't even home about. That was your first time, nigga. About a year. Pay $100 for phone. There was won't pay no bills. So again, she saying that, but I was paying bills when I wasn't even staying here from prison. Well, you didn't pay when you stay here, shit. The motherfucker got down had the nerve to try to validate her cheating with me inboxing girls and shit when I'm in prison. Shit, I needed a pen pal. You feel me? So, I want the pen pal. What you mean? So she validated that while she around here getting fucked. Okay, so I come home. Back to the point. She get pregnant. My daughter, like y'all done seen on my page. I get caught up cheating. So
we don't know if that's even his daughter.
She called my phone. So she come and tell me.
Before we let it play out, what y'all think that's his? I mean, could it be possible it could be somebody else's daughter? We don't know because they both gone.
It could possibly, like I said, both of us cheating on each other, and she did get caught in the bed with another man. So I don't know. Like I said, they have a very untrusting.
How many kids is left by?
It was a boy and a girl. So they have a boy and a girl supposedly together. So, and that little girl is, I'm assuming, is a baby. She just had the baby girl.
So they keep on talking about money. She talking about you ain't giving me no $100, and it's just wow.
Right. Hey, Tasha. Yeah, it's a hot mess. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, right, Taryn. You said this is why you keep your relationship off of social media. If more people would do that, they probably still be together. But unfortunately, people do what they do for
She
attention.
all in his face. She don't have no respect for him at all. You could tell this woman never have respect for him because
there's lack of respect on both sides. I mean, he cussed her out, he beat her, which I'm not saying that, listen, he called her when he came back when he was at work and he heard that alarm or something or the camera on the at the front of his door. And he came home. He thinking somebody done broke in the house, right? So he go in already on a defense. She in the bed, butt naked with another man. So there's just lack of respect on all ends. Like they just they have no respect for each other. There's no way that your man should be, your woman should be in a bed with another man that you done paid for, right? And there's no way that a man should keep putting his hands on a woman. There's just, if it's a lack of the respect, y'all don't need to be together. Hey, Carl. Yeah, y'all don't need to be together, in my opinion.
Them spells is what kept them together. Like Brainwave's gonna break it down. That's another gist of it. The money and the spell. This is crazy.
Very crazy. Very crazy. Okay, let's keep going.
Oh, I'll cook a lasagna, my boy. So look, boom. So she went to goddamn cheat. Long story short, after all that other live and shit, I was out the house, went staying for a couple months, came back, you know what I'm saying, really went staying, having to sleep at my goddamn partner shit. I'm busted, I'm broke, fucked up. I ain't having shit. No job, no nothing. Before that, I caught her texting the nigga Squeeze because she seen me and Squeeze goddamn baby mama talking or whatever. At that time, me and that girl wasn't even on no shit like that. So here we go.
Let me tell my truth.
I got there coming. Hey,
you went on now trying to tell.
Hey, look here, man. Get out my line now. I'm telling you, leave it alone now. Get out my line. Go make your own line. Go make your own line. You done got on your shit. You done got on your shit.
He keep trying to spread that boy name like we had.
You hear that,
dog? Yep. It's beginning. It's about to begin.
Stay out my line. Sit back and just listen to the story. So. Here it is.
And he lied. Telling the damn lie.
She get mad. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Get mad. She go in the other room, sleeping room. So early that morning, I go in and I snatch the phone from her. Go through the bitch. I see the Snapchat. They talking on Snapchat. It's him. So I go through the messages and shit. See her telling him, "Oh, I'ma call you back. I'm on the phone with his mama and all this shit here."
Yeah,
like, now remind you, this is a nigga. This is a nigga that used to damn run with me.
He used to run
long
with
story
you
short.
First.
Long
you
story.
tried Naya first.
Long story. Bitch, what the fuck that give you the right to go fucking?
I ain't fucking you. You fucked her.
Okay, so
you fucked her.
that give you the right to go talk to him?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
you slide him. You slide him.
It's your job.
And I told.
It's your correction. You told.
You slide him and I told him. I said, "Mark fucking your bitch."
Okay. Again, so she telling him.
Like, never text me.
She telling him,
You keep telling everybody trying to bounce like, "Oh, he did some fucked up shit to you," and you did it to him.
I'll be back, y'all. You keep running your mouth and beat your ass, y'all.
You did.
Keep running your mouth. I told you sit back in the nail out. Again, she don't talk, and I beat her ass. This is why I'm trying to get you. I'm finna get to the whole nitty gritty. She don't want me to tell the story.
Nah, boy, you beat my ass when I was pregnant. I hadn't even talked to nobody.
Bitch.
Okay, so stop lying.
This the type of bitch that get beat. Long story short. So, this is a nigga, like I said, I used to run with. This is a nigga used to call me.
Yeah,
bro, I got this going on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shit, bro, I'm on whatever you want. Long story short, the nigga was.
You tried his beach.
Say something.
He about to beat her now. He can't even get down.
No, he's about to pull. He's about to pull.
You finna stab me?
Sit back and listen.
Are you finna
So-
stab me? He lied.
She's agitating him.
If I get
Yeah,
off
she's
the line, you gonna make
agitated
it
now.
and I'm gonna do it to you.
Oh.
So the best thing for you to do is shut the fuck up and listen to the line.
You need to stop
This is
lying.
a
I'm
warning.
telling the story, bitch.
You lying now.
The fuck?
That's a serious. The demon
I
ain't
ain't lying
playing.
about shit. You be on there like, she don't want me to tell it.
The dog
because
is
she knows
just a
she's
demon.
lying.
Oh my kid, you flying. You talk to that nigga big.
Okay, good. Let me tell the story, bitch.
Oh my kid, you trying to fly. You trying that nigga
The
big.
dog see the demon. Yep.
Yeah.
Screenshot.
I'll be back, y'all.
What do you guys think about this relationship? What could she have done to prevent this, and what
Okay,
do
put it on pause. Yeah, you can stop it. So basically, the knife that he gets, and he puts on the side, allegedly, I believe that he stabbed her multiple times, and she went unconscious. He left the home. And as he left the home, I guess people on Facebook were calling 911 because they didn't hear her. They didn't see him. He got in his car. He was driving away from the home. There was cops that were behind him. And as the cops were behind him, he got his gun and shot himself in the head. So that's basically what happened.
Well, he's in planet hell, and we don't know where she's. Well, more likely that's what she. I don't know. Well,
We don't
but,
know
yeah.
where people go right now because, like I said, we're not the judge of that. So, but what I can say is that's a terrible way to die. I can tell you that. After he stabbed her multiple times, but see, the thing was, and I'm not blaming. I'm not so much blaming her at all. Please do not. What has happened is just it's unfortunate. It really is. But a man and a person is telling you, look, you better stop. He's warning you. Okay. She did not heed to the warning. She felt like he was playing with her again, like he was just saying stuff and he wasn't gonna do it. But if track record that he had, if he already had DV charges and he already had physically abused her before, I don't understand why she kept pushing that man, because he was already a loose cannon. He was already a loose cannon, and he warned her multiple times.
He lost a lot of money. He lost a lot of money dealing with her.
Yeah.
That
too.
And then
Yeah.
both of them were cheating on each other, and with the herpes situation, both of them ended up having herpes. He blamed her, she blamed him.
Right.
I mean, it was just a lot of stuff going on. And then money issues make things worse. When your money not right, when y'all together, like, it makes everything worse. So
that's not how we want to play. Yeah.
Right. Money is one of the big factors of why people divorce is money and sex. Those are the two, I would say, and it could be some other things besides, not being compatible. But those are the two things to me that I hear a lot that people kind of divorce from, which is money, because money is a big stressor. When y'all don't have money, it makes everything worse. You can't have no peace. You try to figure out you robbing Peter to pay Paul. And that's very stressful because marriage is already stressful. And then with the money, lack of money, when you at one time did have the money, and I'm pretty sure both of them probably mishandled their money, especially his money, because like I said, she was spending the money while he was still in prison.
Correct.
So that right there, distrust with each other, you have resentment with each other, and it is a thin line between love and hate, right? Yes. So maybe that resentment, that bitterness turned into hate on both ends. And so you have a man that is at his breaking point. He goes in and get the knife that he's cooking with and stabs his supposedly wife that he said he loved, and that, death do us part. He goes in, stabs her multiple times, leave the house, and then he unallows himself. So that is something else. That's all I can tell you. I don't, but it's happening every day. And then people are putting their business online, which is even crazier. Like, whatever y'all going through, if it's drastic like that, I don't care if it's a little thing. Why put your business? Why try to expose somebody online? Deal with that in your house. Deal with that behind the scenes. Quit making your business everybody else's business.
The thing about it though, Selena, if it wasn't, I'm not saying it's good. If it wasn't on the internet, nobody would have known that they was gone. Because I'm gonna tell you what my cousin told me. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This is very serious. With everything going on in the world, and this goes on in other countries. If something happens to somebody, it'll be a year before you know that person is gone. That's what's going on in America.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff is real. My cousin told me we getting to a point, y'all should be checking up on each other, because it's going to get to a point in this world, like the Bible says, you're going to be walking over dead bodies. This stuff is getting serious. This is not a laughing matter. He sent me the warning. And I know when he sent me that warning, I said, oh, shit. If they didn't eventually put that on the internet, we would not even know about these people. It would have took 2 years for the people to find out they dead, because neighbors don't check up on neighbors no more. Everybody mostly, for the most part, on edge. It's crazy. It's crazy out here.
People are so involved in me, myself, and I. No time for other people. It's not, people just don't. I would say the empathy of people in this day and time is just not there. People's love is cold. And what I mean by that, people's love is cold. That's in the Bible too. People just are not caring. They don't go by treating people like they want to be treated. It's about what I feel, and if I feel a certain way, then I'm a handle it this way. And that way might be a very selfish way, a very cruel way, but people don't care because it's all about them. It's all. Thank you, Jill. It's all about them. I'm gonna show this, and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay. Because I'm coming up on 2 hours.
Well, I didn't even feel like 2 hours. I'm surprised I'm still up. That's the Lord's doing. That's the Lord's doing. We still up.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
Hopefully it will play. I don't know. Like I said, my internet is being a little funky today. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully it will play.
Say they couldn't find
you guys hear it?
Yeah,
yes.
We hear it.
Can you guys hear it?
Law enforcement in Wayne County later spotted it and attempted to stop the car. The GBI says the woman's husband, Shamarcus, was inside the car. Investigators say he later died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The investigation into this case is ongoing.
You shots great, but
okay, so this is OG Jacaro. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm gonna go to the news clip. Hopefully it will play.
Oh, the son is doing what you call it.
He had to say this about when they first met. And he was in the penitentiary. And he was saying that Zaria was a correctional officer there when he met her at this penitentiary. And this is how they first got together. This is how they first started talking. And Shamarcus would even say that he was taking care of Zaria from the penitentiary, from a settlement that he had, and it was due to cancer that he had caught. And this was all playing out during the live stream when, Shamarcus would say that he had got a settlement over $100,000. And the relationship between them was because Shamarcus was still in prison. And he claimed that Zaria was out screwing around with other men and things of that nature before he even got out the penitentiary. And he claimed that when he got out the penitentiary, he ended up getting her pregnant. And then that's when he started to do a little cheating himself, right? While they were married.
Thank you so much, Timu. Thank you so much, Fatty. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are helping me get to my goal. Thank you so much. I got one more I got to get to. I appreciate you guys.
But he also let us know that he was married when he got out the penitentiary to another woman.
See, he was already married to somebody else. So he said, see what y'all stupid ass don't know. He was married to my mama for 12 years, jackass. So I guess that's the first the first wife child is writing is you said the ex-wife Duchess Dior mentioned on the live and said he was turning or something. So let's keep going.
Of 12 years before he ended up marrying Zaria, who he met through the penitentiary system.
Shout out to Roy for supporting the finale. It's breaking up, Selena.
Huh?
Okay, it's good now.
What you say?
It was breaking up a little bit, but it's good.
You can't hear it?
We can hear it now.
Okay.
Before all that, you know, I done ran into this CO, which is the person that came, right?
I ain't lying. I hope they give him a Facebook shit. You put in the wrong shit. You people their money.
So, whole time, you know, we all know,
I'm
like,
gonna fast forward because we heard that part.
At these guys' women. And when Zaria tried to do it, it was a problem. Now, during the live stream, a lot of dark secrets was exposed. As, you know, we already know about the STD that, you know, Shamarcus was claiming that Zaria gave him. But Zaria was going to say that Shamarcus was the one that gave her the STD, right? Because of the infidelity and the cheating that he was out doing. And it seems as if neither one knew exactly where either one got it from. And they started bringing up past relationships with other people who allegedly had this STD. And now that they were together and married, now both of them are, you know, experiencing these outbreaks from that STD, blaming each other on how each other end up picking up a knife during that live stream to threaten his wife because she kept talking over him while he was trying to record his live stream. And that's when Zaria asked him, well, what you gonna do, stab me? You gonna stab me now? And now this would end up in a fatal ending, ironically, exactly how she was suspected when she asked him that. Because according to reports, she was found stabbed to death and unresponsive before ending his own life with a gun. And many people probably thought since he shot himself, right, that he maybe shot Zaria. But in the end, the reports are saying that he indeed did stab his wife to death.
Okay. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit and this will give you some more history. This is where I found out about her discrepancies. Because it's somebody that came on Facebook, one of his best friends that said he was his brother. If I can find it.
That could be it right there.
yeah, y'all come back on it a bit.
Trying to get to that.
When to work, he say, bro, I think somebody trying to break in at the house. He called me like, bro, I think somebody trying to break in at the house. So like, come on, right? What's up? Why you say that? He's like, man, the front camera going off. The front camera going. So he left work. He doubled back. He left work. He go back to his house that they share, and he went in the house. He parked his car down the road. He went in the house. Zah was in there. Zah was in there fucking another guy. Plain and simple. That's why she was naked. He went in the house. His house. He lived with her in his room, his bed. They in there fucking. He lost it. He jumped on both of them. When he fighting with the dude, tussling with the dude, she run out the house, jump in the car. She goes to the police station. He get up, chasing her, fuck the dude, left the dude in there, whatever. Chasing her. He drive crazy, mad. He drive right up to the police station. He get there, you know, she's standing outside the car, naked. Talking with two officers. Shit. The officer telling him to pull over. He was like, nah. He dipped. He came home. Shit. That was it. He left It was over with. We chilling, and shit. Zai kept calling. Like she wanted him back. She wanted him back.
So after she was afraid of him, she sit up there and cheated on him, jumped in the car because he was about to beat her tail. She jumps in the car butt naked, goes to the police station, tell the police on him. The police arrest him. And then once he gets out, he's with his homeboy. She calls and begs for him to come back. We can't make this stuff up. But this happens every day. People be doing this kind of stuff, and I'm like, really? Y'all did all of this, and y'all still gonna end up back together. Yo, this is some crazy work. Did y'all have anything y'all want to say about it? Or y'all brainwaves and y'all still up here?
Yeah,
I'ma
the
say
toxic
this.
cycle continues. That's all it is. It goes ring around the rosy, like the little kid
Yeah.
song or whatever. Round and go until it ends in tragedy, Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You says A Shu said, so he thought she was a young, inexperienced woman. I believe this man just met his match. Yep, that's what it seemed like
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it
Well,
seemed like to me.
if anything we could take from this lesson is, first of all, like them guys over there on the other side say, don't make money is not going to keep a woman, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Just layers to this, but money is not going to keep a woman around for the most part. It's not.
Okay.
Will she'll entertain? She'll be entertaining. Oh yes, and if you make her life easy, that doesn't mean she's gonna stay around. And I think what we could learn from this situation is from both sides. It was not compatible. At the same time, he led with his wallet. He talked too much. And he thought that was the only best thing he could get. And I'm gonna say this before I go. You know, being a guy that dealt with a lot of different women from different ethnicities, it doesn't matter at this point. The point I'm gonna say is that you know when a woman is done with you, let her be. And he knew, but she kept keeping him around, and for whatever, and that was her demise. She didn't take him serious. We could look at that video when that dog was barking. That experience should have kicked in with her. For whatever reason, she thought he wasn't a threat. She didn't think he was a threat like that.
Why do you think she was? Because the money was running out. Why do you think she kept him around? What keeps these type of people, like when you know you're not good for a person, that person's not good for you? What keeps you wanting that person? What keeps you wanting to work things out with a person that you know that it's not going to work out with?
Because of the children involved.
Children, okay.
Do you agree, Brainwaves?
Yeah, she got everything the same way. See, ladies, the same way that y'all try to trap a man, the same way that you get trapped.
Yep.
That's exact. I'm gonna lock him down. I'm gonna get kids. I got his bank account. Okay, get all of that. Get all that locked down. That's the same thing that's gonna do you in the end.
Wow.
That's why she
Yep, I
couldn't
agree.
leave. She couldn't get up. She can't just get up and go. She can't leave. You know, she screwed up stuff with her job. It's look, the same thing. She got stuff screwed up on her end too. So
Yep.
where she gonna go? The other dude that she was sleeping with, that dude ain't trying to take care of her. He was just there to get his. I mean,
That's
can't
it.
blame him. I ain't saying it's right, but you can't blame him. Hey, he's like, hey, I got mine. I'm good. You know, hey, I ain't trying to wife her up. So where's she gonna go? And then
That's a
she on
fact.
social
That's the
media.
fact.
Then she on social media. See, this is why y'all can't be putting everything out on social media. And this is why when people like us speak so highly against people putting stuff out and how people don't need to be focusing on that. Like, I get it. it brings the views. It's the dope game. It's a lot of things. Like it's fast. You know, it's gonna give you fast, high feelings, vibes, so-called success in the short term, but in the long term, it's going to destroy you. That's the
Yep.
trap. And that's exactly what happened to her because her business was out on, like, we just looking at her end. All her business out there on social media.
Right.
Everybody watching her. She's famous. She's like a celebrity now. Who's she gonna run to? Like, what guy could she actually get with? Like if you took
Ain't nobody
social
gonna
media
take her.
out of this,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, look, take social media out of it, right? This same situation going down, she could probably leave and go get with almost any guy. I mean, at least initially, right?
Mhm.
At least initially, because he don't know what's going on. Nobody know their business, so he just had to take it at face value. You know, whoop the whoop the whoop. Did he get caught up in it? Maybe, but the point
Mhm.
is, she would have somewhere to go because it's all out on social media. You got nowhere to go. Everybody be watching.
Mm.
This is what's scary. And the same thing with him. Where he gonna go? Everybody watching this, everybody see what's what. They know what's going on. And so though it's entertainment, it's literally destroying them. This is no
Yeah.
different than back in Caesar's day or back in Rome when they had the Colosseums and we were entertained with them, literally fighting to the death and all this stuff. The same old beats, same old flows, y'all. I literally was just watching the History Channel the past couple of days. I was just because y'all know I ain't at the crib, so when you out, you watch different stuff. I'm watching and I watch the History Channel, at the house too. But I'm just watching all this stuff taking place in the timeline. I'm like, this is exactly how we get down today. It's no
Mhm.
different. It
Mhm.
leads to this situation, these tragic situations, and it's sad, but nobody interceded to stop it. Well, I take that
Right.
back. Look, even the dog tried to stop it.
Yeah. But he was barking away because he knew something was gonna go down.
Yeah, he saw it. He saw the spirit. He knew. He knew
Yeah.
one way or the other. This was gonna. If they didn't like, oh, whatever dog, your name is. If they didn't respond to the dog, then that was it.
Yep.
And this is it.
And all he
It's
saw was black when he got that knife. Cause she kept nagging and agitating him and stuff. And so I think he just went black and just started stabbing. Ooh, that is a horrible way to die. And yeah, I'm gonna just play just a little bit more. We're gonna get up out of here.
and real quick, Selena.
Uh-huh.
See, he used to being in the pen. So
Right,
when it comes to stabbing, that ain't nothing new. Shanking, that's an everyday occurrence.
right.
So for him to go grab, that's why he went to go grab that particular utensil. So for him to go grab that, it's like, hey, this what we do. He blacked out. He no longer saw his wife. He saw what he would normally be dealing with behind bars.
Right. Enemy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Because like I said, it's a thin line between love and hate. Sometimes you lust for somebody, you feel like you love them, and all that resentment, bitterness from everything that happened within the relationship, and it creates that resentment, and then it becomes hate. So I think that's
Yeah.
probably what happened in this situation, unfortunately. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this and we're gonna get out of here.
They talk, and he loved her. That's his wife. Shit. He went back home.
Now, the family member who claimed to be the sister of Marcus said that this is not their brother. And this guy here is making up, lies for clout, and people don't know what they're talking about. But
It says he is not our brother. This is his best friend, y'all. Don't even know what happened. Just spreading effing lies for clout. But it do sound like it would make sense. But let's keep going.
me believe that, by the situation that he said that happened, kind of lines up with Marcus was saying about, beating on her for 3 hours. He said that was exaggerated, but he did jump on her and a guy. But, from what this friend is saying, this is what happened. He thought somebody was breaking in his house. He left work. The camera wasn't working. He was suspicious. Parked down the street, went in the house, and that's when he caught his wife in bed with another man. in their room, right?
Mm.
And that's when he ended up jumping on him and her, right? And she ran out of the house butt booty naked, going to the police station. So this right here seems like it could be, valid, in my opinion.
She go back up there months later, you know what I'm saying? We don't calm down, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she's my wife. You know what I'm saying? I come back, we try to work it out. So here it is, when I come back, we sitting in here in the same area right here. I'm sitting right here cooking as usual. She sitting right here, yeah. You sitting right here, Snow come, her friend Snow come in at the time.
Okay, you finna talk about porn.
And she got them.
Okay, we heard that part. But basically, like I said, this is an unfortunate situation. And like you said, in a way, it's a good thing that this was actually documented, so they'll know what happened, what's going on. What was the cause of the death and stuff like that. And let me see what this is. I didn't get that far. See, is there a time I didn't listen to her? Okay.
This go on, and this insinuates that she actually heard, him actually murdering her friend, right, Zaria, after or during that live. Because
so the friend is the one, from what he's saying, is the one that reported it to the police. That he heard her friend. So I'm assuming he heard the Zaria screaming and stuff like that.
Facebook took it down, I believe, because it actually, either, like I said, had the audio of the killing or maybe the visual and the audio, right? That they could not definitely leave up on their platform. Mm-hmm. But anyway, nevertheless, the friend, in any event, she still comes out with this statement, that she was indeed affected by this whole incident. Now, the friend said that she tried to get Zaria to leave, right? She said she tried to, tell her, because she had been on the phone all day with her. She said she had been told her to come here. If you know Zaria, she's not going to do ish until she gets ready. I heard everybody call yesterday, and that was local. Nobody volunteered to come over because guess what? We used to it. When her sitter called and gave her the code to the door, I told her then, leave. Get clothes from Family Dollar, but he was going live, and Zaria, she love a damn live. So obviously, the friend is saying that once Zaria,
she lost a damn live,
was going live on Facebook, because he did make an announcement that he would.
Yeah, she worried about going live just because he was live. And I'm like, lady, you had the opportunity to leave with your children, with your life. But she wanted I think a lot of times when you got couples that be on here, or just people in general, they love being live. They love the attention that they get. It's exhilarating to them, for them to be live and to have the drama and the back and forth, when it could, in turn, it could end your life. And this is what happened. Like her friend said, she loved to to be live, that damn live. That's what she was saying. So she was getting something out of going back and forth with him on live, because they look at more views, more advertisement, more money for you. I don't know if that's how Facebook works, but I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, you get paid. You get paid
very
well on
So
Facebook.
Facebook pay you better than YouTube.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yep, it does. Yep.
I'm assuming that's kind of what was going on, because she didn't want to leave that damn live, but then she ended up losing her life. So I'm gonna finish this, and we
sound like the story of the YouTube streets, don't it? Selena. Everybody, it's like if people be live, how it's like somebody will be live, right? And then if a content creator is live and the story has anything to do with another content creator, it's like that other content creator can't wait to go live either while you're live. As a matter of fact, they'll try to do it while you're live, or they try to go live immediately after. It's like, instead of just chilling or waiting till the next day, or just not even being bothered with it. Like in her case, she should have got her clothes. She could have been out. This has been a whole different scenario. Nah, like folks want to go live and see that's how stuff be going left. Could they be like, let me jump on here, or let me be quick to respond or quick to say that. Man, the Bible talks about that. You got to be slow to wrath. So
Mm-hmm.
when you quick to go against that, it's like that just shows she's also on demon time. And this is the scenarios that happen. She had opportunities for her life to still be here. Right. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's bad. Like nobody, we don't want nobody to be unalive. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
not
Right, right,
the
right, right.
goal of anybody, no matter how wicked they are or what's going on. I know some people might maybe beg to differ, they may disagree, but that's not our goal. The thing is, God gives everybody, whether they righteous or wicked or righteous, warning signs, and gives them plenty of opportunities in the majority of situations to avoid death. But
Mm-hmm.
when we don't listen and we don't heed his warnings and heed his voices, that's when it happens. That's when we get into a situation that we can't get out. And then we get caught up. Whether it's not necessarily somebody might be unalive, but it might be the end of something or causes, some big harm or big loss or what have you. It could have been avoided.
Right. Right. Like I say, my happiest times was not being on social media. I can say that being a content creator and dealing with the drama that you shouldn't have to deal with, it's ridiculous how people make up beef or generate beef to keep it going, to keep the content going, and it's unfortunate that people are so impulsive and they do situations, they have situations like this because they like the attention, they like to be able to talk their shit and people listen to them, and it's just sad. And sometimes I don't think it's even all about money. I just think it's about control. I personally think in some people's cases it's about control and being.
You said it. I wasn't going to say it. I was waiting for you to say it.
Yeah, it's about control and being seen and feeling like they the big bad wolf, that they're important because all their life they have not been that person, that girl, that guy. You know what I'm saying? So you have situations like that where people struggle with a lot of insecurities and self-esteem problems. So when they come on live and press that live button, it's like they are brand new person. And
There it is.
it's an addiction at the end of the day. So
It's a drug, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's a drug.
I don't ever want that addiction. I don't ever want to have that much of a low self-esteem or so insecure where I need to go live, where I need to prove a point to people that I don't even know. So, but I just see a lot of that on here, and this is kind of like, that's interesting. Let me play this, and then I think it's just a few more minutes, and we out.
Before he even went live, she seen this, and the friend is saying that Zaria just couldn't miss out on that, right? She couldn't possibly leave now because she had to see what her husband had to say about her and their marriage to the public. Wow. Now, she goes on to say on this post that the police were sitting right across the street from her house when all this took place. Wow, really? And as I showed earlier, that news broadcast and that newscaster was live on the scene. He was at a store that said across from the home of Zaria and Marcus, right? Broadcasting about the situation. And now I see why she said that the police were across the street. And this is probably because they were sitting at that store.
Security camera footage shows a vehicle leaving this house just minutes before authorities arrived. The food mart that I'm at currently, they say that vehicle was a Dodge Challenger. That's the same vehicle the GBI says Shamarcus Ross shot and killed himself in, an hour and a half after his wife, Zaria, had been found dead in their home. This security camera footage from Sing Food Mart across the street from the home shows a colored Dodge Challenger leaving around 9:27 p.m. Authorities dispatched there 3 minutes after that. Nearly an hour and a half later, and over 60 miles away, Wayne County Sheriff's Office found Shamarcus's vehicle, the GBI saying he shot himself as authorities tried to pull him over, later dying from his injuries. Saria was 27, Shamarcus was 36. Both lived in Twin City.
But
this is unfortunate. I'm gonna end it right here. Any last words that you would like to say, Rollo, and then I'm gonna go to Brainwaves.
Honor words. Thank y'all for tuning in to Selena. Thanks to those who supported, and always a pleasure talking to you, Selena and Brainwaves, as always. What this shows me is a lack of empathy on both parts. They was into sin, both of them. It led to their demise, and it's just wow. It's wow.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to be mindful of who you deal with these days, because you never know a person until you really know a person. That's all I got to say on that. So appreciate you for having me on, Selena. As always, Brainwaves.
Thank you so much, Rollo. It was a
Yes,
pleasure.
sir. All right.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Bye.
Catch you on the next one. Later.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Peace,
Later.
Rollo.
Brainwaves. That was an interesting turn of events. What do you have to say? Your last words of this story and what we talking about tonight?
I think we need to take this story to heart, because it's like when you really think about it, this is sad, man. Like this the type of situation that should bring you to tears. I mean, they got kids here. Like it's tragic enough, and then you got the children here.
All right.
We really gotta stop when people like me talk about the attributes of the Bible and the attributes of Christ and things like that. This ain't no like going to church religious crap. These things could literally save your life. It could save a person's life. And we should just think about a little bit here, a little bit there, maybe a lot of it for some of y'all, and just try to incorporate it into your lives, especially in situations like this. Uh, meeting certain guys, meeting certain girls, uh, dating, relationships, friends, people. This situation makes me think about a lot of situations that took place in the past, even with like other scenarios. Like, this even make me think about like the Shanquella Robinson situation where she was just out with friends and they
Hey,
did like
that was a
it.
tragedy.
It's exactly. It's like these tragedies keep happening, and these tragedies be happening in our community, and we gotta do better. Like we know better, but we gotta do better. And see, we encourage this type of behavior, and a lot of people like they'll like to get involved with situations like this to support the wrong actions, support the people that's behind the camera going down the wrong direction. But when it comes to supporting people going into the right direction, I'm not going to say everyone, because obviously there's people out there, but the majority, they don't want to get involved in. They just like, oh, it's
Mm-mm.
fine. We really, because this is sad, man. It's like they could just still be here, even if they would have their whole life to figure it out, whether they would be together, whether they be separated or whatever, but they would still be here. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
For them to be young and be gone, this ain't cool. Everybody wants to get concerned when it came to stuff like Tupac and Biggie and all these situations. Oh, they was young. What if they was still around? Think about the music. Think about the direction of things. The same
Mm-hmm.
situation here. We really got to. It's 2025. This situation. Why did God allow this to play out the way that it did? It's so that hopefully we can learn from it and we can see different. Especially as us as content creators, those of us that are on whatever social media platform, we get behind the camera. As far as our role, we gotta we gotta take a step back from the drama and beef. We gotta teach them that drama and beef, you can sell without that. There's many of people, there's many of celebrities that have sold far more albums when it comes to music instead of talking about this, but we be thinking, nah, you gotta go this way. Same thing with acting, same thing with a lot of professions. Everybody think you gotta go this way, and you don't have to go that way.
Right.
We really just got to start thinking different, being different, and then those of us in the audience, we got to start encouraging and supporting and teaching the right ways to go about things versus the wrong ways. I mean, you
Right.
can't force a person to do anything, but we can encourage. And what I know for a fact is that both Zaria and both cars, Frenchmen basically saw their people watching them, encouraging them to crash out. These are like mini crash outs, or encourage him in the drama. Girl, you gonna let him talk to you like that? Da 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 da. Or let me jump on the live because I need to go and get my high and get my fix and see what everybody gonna say and prove my point and prove that I'm right. Sometimes you just gotta lose a battle and win a war. You
Uh-huh.
see what I'm saying? And what they did is they didn't get that principle, and unfortunately, both of them lost. They
Yes,
both
indeed.
lost. Tragically, too. Tragically.
Yes, for
I wonder
real.
what was going through his mind when he unalived himself. Because we know with her, we know with Zaria, I mean, well, we don't know for sure, but we could probably fathom what was going on because obviously she was being attacked in the moment. And then, it just led to the decline, and then boom. With him, you wonder what was going through his mind the moment when he decided to unalive himself. Not so much when he was fleeing, but when he just like, okay, this is it. Pow. What was
Yeah,
going
I
through his
mean,
mind?
it's like basically, most of the time when people do that, they feel hopeless. Like he was like, I don't want to go back to prison again. That's exactly where I'm going, right? And this time
Yeah,
I might go for life. So I think I might be better off. And most people don't think it's an afterlife anyway. So they think when they do unalive themselves that they go, in the earth or whatever. And I've never died and came back, so I can't tell you. But I will say that people just don't have a fear of afterlife. They feel hopeless. They feel like it's better to be dead than be alive. And in some people cases that they really feel that way. Because that when you have no hope and you're hopeless, like you don't see any other way out.
that's true.
You don't see any other way out. And so when you don't see any other way out, you don't see any type of rainbow at the end, of all of that. You just like, look, I'm really messed up this time. I ain't got nowhere to go. I ain't got no way out of this. So it's better for me just to be unalive. I can't be there for my kids no more. So what's the point of living?
That's true. Yeah.
That's what some people be feeling like. So it's unfortunate, but I wish that he would if he could have took some minutes back and just thought about what this, with him unaliving her, what this is going to cost him. You know what I'm saying? But at the time because people are so impulsive and they, just get so wrapped up into their feelings and not have a logic or common sense, these are the situations that we end up in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we also have to understand and especially as women and especially as Black women, I know but all women got mouths. I don't care what nobody say. It ain't just Black women. All women got we can have a smart mouth. And sometimes we could either escalate a situation or we could de-escalate a situation. And I have always been taught never test a man. If you see a man, he tell you to leave him alone. That's exactly what you need to do. You need to leave him alone. You don't need to press it any further because you just never know how far he is from a breaking point. You never know.
That's
And
true.
that's
That's so
anybody,
true.
to be honest with you. You keep poking a bear, you're going to find out. Especially those people that are some of the most level-headed people that you can ever find. You keep poking a bear, and if you in front of them, they going to get you because
Yeah.
I told you to leave me alone. You keep provoking me. So when you keep provoking one of, a person that may try to be like walk off, or a person that like, man, go on, or, lady, go on, or whatever, and you keep provoking, and see, people do that really good on the internet because you can't get to them. So they'll keep poking the bear, keep, doing lives on you, keep following you, and all trying to test you. They keep poking that bear. But see, this is why the incident that happened with the 2 content creators in Las Vegas. See, this man was already on the edge, and he was tired of all the trolling, even though both of them were going back and forth with each other. But he was getting tired of the threats and people playing with him. And he was already on the edge. He was already maybe mentally unstable, right? And so you keep poking that bear and keep messing with that person, and then that person gonna either find you, and please, some folks, don't run into them, because if they ever run into you, and they're gonna remember you poking that bear. It ain't gonna be, oh man, it's just YouTube, it's just Facebook. No, it's not gonna be any of that. So that's why I said people need to be very cautious of, I would say, poking the bear, keep trying to provoke people to anger, because you could do that, and that person will be so resentful, will be so revengeful. They will find you and they will do something to you, a bodily harm, just like what this man did in Las Vegas. So I'm like, y'all, some of these folks don't believe fat meat is greasy, and it's not good to unalive anyone. I'm not suggesting that people should go out there and harm people and kill, unalive people because they don't like them, or they, hate them, or whatever. I always feel like self-defense. But again, you do not know where people are mentally. So before you think it's just the internet and people can't get to you, or they can't send nobody for you, you might need to be very careful, because you could be provoking that person to do something that is out of their character.
Facts. You know what's going to end up probably happening too at some point in time? It's probably going, social media, like all the social media platforms are going to eventually crack down on this type of behavior. Like,
they do. They
because
definitely do.
really, it technically violates a lot of the rules and the terms. It technically violates a lot of that. A lot of people don't realize that. They think, just like this, you couldn't do what these folks do on social media on your job. You can't do it in certain places that you go to. You couldn't do it if you was face to face with a person. But they feel
Absolutely.
like you said, they could get away with it online. So
Yeah,
what's
you
going to
can
end
get
up
away with
happening?
it.
They're going to change the rules at some point in time, because what's happening is we're having more documented stories on each of these platforms where people are unaliving themselves, or is leading to, a lot of loss, a lot of injury, et cetera, et cetera. And these platforms, they're not going to want that on them, on their heads.
Right.
So at some point in time, they're going to end up changing things and changing the rules, and people that want to engage in all of this, saying stuff that's not true, wasting time, instigating, teaming up, instigating, doing all of that. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. It could be me, it could be you, it could be anybody. If anybody engages on these types of behavior on any of these platforms, boom, you're gonna get banned, or whatever it is that they're gonna do. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
It definitely needs to be that, because people need to learn, stop playing with grown people. If a person is not engaging with the back and forth, then why are you provoking a person? Why are you picking on a person when they're not engaging with the back and forth? They're engaging with the back and forth. It's free game, right? But if they are not engaging in back and forth and they want to be left alone, there needs to be something that's set in place, that's set in stone, that actually works. So if I report this, it doesn't need to be, it's just me reporting it. It needs to be something done. Okay. So once they get enough people that try to find out where other people stay, and they have enough stories where people are being hurt and harmed because of the social media harassment or cyberbullying or whatever, then they're going to really have to crack down on it, because it's going to get out of hand. they're not going to have a choice, or YouTube is going to be sued, or Facebook is going to be sued. Like I said, people really need to take this more seriously and understand that, everybody not playing, and some people, as level-headed as they can be or try to be, everybody gets to their boiling point. To like, it's like, okay, enough is enough. This is stupid, And so, and I think a lot of times people have made trolling, they have made to where it's not really trolling, it's just being malicious and mean-spirited at the end of the day. Trolling is something fun, it's something, but trolling has become really something that people use in a more vindictive way. And it's really going to start a lot of problems because everybody is not playing. Everybody's not playing. Some people are just tired, and it, like I said, it becomes a breaking point where people might have to do certain things to get people to understand to leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what's going to happen in the near future with a lot of these cases. But like I said, when it comes to people hiding behind computers and thinking everything is entertainment, when it's not entertainment, this was a situation that could have been de-escalated, could have been a situation that could have been resolved. But because you have people that are trying to prove a point, they have a big ego, they want to be seen, they like to be seen, they want the clout, they want the views, they want the money, they'll do anything for, and it's ultimately they're selling their soul.
Yeah. That's fact. That's what it comes down to.
Exactly. So this was a really good live. I really appreciate you so much, Brainwaves, my brother Rollo and my brother Brainwaves. Thank you so much for coming up and engaging with me on this story. I really thought this was a story that, people really need to pay attention to. But just like the other story in Las Vegas, people will hear that and it will go over people's head, and they will continue to do the same thing until it's their story on YouTube or Facebook. So that's just the type of world we live in. People don't believe it could ever happen to them. I'll just say
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Until they become the next subject, they'll be the video that will be reviewed. So y'all listen, y'all don't become the next video, because it's just as easy as we saw it happen here. It can happen with anybody. Any of us, this could happen. Somebody could jump online, share their story. Next thing you know, it go left and somebody get in, or some other scenario, and then boom, here we are.
And like I say, it's bound to happen because people just don't believe fat meat is greasy. Well, love you to Reese's Pieces, Brainwaves. I'm going to close it down. Thank you so much for the super chats, or if I had any cash apps. I really appreciate you guys for helping me get to my goal. I hope I spoke to everybody. Thank you so much for your support and pressing the like button. I hope that you like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys the next time. Thank you again, Brainwaves. I had a good time.
Same here. This was awesome. This was an awesome show.
All right. So shout out to Brainwave, shout out to Rollo, shout out to my whole chat and my lovely, lovely supporters. Thank you so much. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Salina.
It's about baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them heels on and roll.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You're gonna be my number one lover. love to each other. With the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, and I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.